The world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a fun program set up for you today. Tons of fun stuff to talk about. We'll get you caught up on the news. Deb's Woke News coming up in just a little bit. Sports Today with Brandon Kravitz in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll do trivia, Ross Thought, Stephen Kramer, all that after 5. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my very lovely and dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Page.
And the man, the myth, the legend, the Jim Colbert.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031.
Oh, you love it.
You can find us on social media easily. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, The Jim Colbert Show. Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. Take us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. And then visit us at JimColbertLive.com. You don't want to go there for sure today. I've got something to talk about that's there. Plus, you can still get our rubs and seasonings this week. By the last week, I can guarantee that you'll get your delivery by Christmas or by that time. So hop on board now, JimColbertLive.com. They're all 3 there, ready to order. I'm sending out a big package tomorrow. So if you get it in tonight, you'll go out tomorrow for sure. How's everybody's weekend? Good?
Awesome.
It was a good weekend, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a great weekend, actually. Weather was good. Life changed a little bit this weekend. I'll explain that in a few minutes. Ross had a big party this weekend, which was nice. Excuse me.
Thank you.
I don't want to misrepresent what it was. It was a soiree.
That's right. It was a soiree.
It was different than a party because you couldn't show up in your pajama pants and your slides to this one. You had to dress nice. And man, I like the fact that none of your friends, because I didn't know most of the people there.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that none of your friends laid out on this. Everybody took it seriously. You didn't get that one dope that showed up. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's a house party. I got to wear a suit.
What, you're going to tell me you don't like sweatpants?
Right. You didn't have anybody. Everybody looked amazing. Everybody dressed up. It had a good holiday feel. And with a lot of Christmas parties this year, a lot of people won't get the opportunity to do that. We didn't have, we had one kind of around here, but not what we usually have, at a room catered, the whole 9 yards. Everybody does their end of the year stuff. We don't have that.
Yeah, no, the fiance cooks up a storm.
Yeah, she did a good job. Those stuffed mushrooms are no joke.
Stuffed mushrooms, stuffed shells.
That chocolate chip coconut cookie was damn good.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was. It was good. We ate. It was nice. A little antipasta dish there. It was nice.
The punch, which is made out of champagne, I think 151, and
some gin.
Yeah, some gin.
There's some gin in there with some fresh berries and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, a little Christmas drinking.
Yeah, very Christmassy, like Florida Christmassy, not noggy, like it's like 30 outside. Because it wasn't. It was like 70.
Right, yeah.
So, you
needed the air.
You needed something that represented Christmas and had that feel without knocking you over with cream or anything like that. It was delicious.
Yeah, no, it was very cool. It was nice having you guys show up. It was an absolute hoot. And it's, I recently went to a 12-year anniversary of a Christmas party.
I thought you were going to say 12-step.
Yeah, I went to a 12-step program, and I am on the 7th. But I went to a Christmas party 2 weeks ago, and it was the 12th year of them having it, and you could feel it. You could feel that this is a tradition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it feels really good to know that we're on our way of having this decade-long tradition of this Christmas soiree. You showed up with a super cool green bowler hat.
Yeah. So I found that at a thrift store. My wife also found like a vintage velvet 60s. Like it's a vintage dress from the 60s. Matter of fact, Jack, I will tell you exactly where it was. Remember a while back at the Oviedo Mall, they have a store there that did a grand opening thing. They had a lot of like Disney costumes and costumes from the theme parks and stuff. The same company that owns that store,
Penguin Park Productions,
exactly, owns this store now. It's I forget what the name of it is, but it's a little thrift store there in the Oviedo Mall, and they had a bunch of cool vintage stuff. So we got the bowler hat. That hat my wife's wearing in the photographs you can see on our social as well. That is like a handmade Italian hat from the late 50s.
It looked amazing.
She looked absolutely amazing. She threw that together in a thrift store that afternoon.
Heck yeah.
So it was great. We had a good ass time.
But you see the one guy who in my opinion, was without a doubt the best dressed there.
Who's that?
There was this guy with a white blazer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he had the collar popped.
Oh, he had the collar popped.
He was
had,
doing
like,
the Miami Vice thing, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
love
had
it.
the Dean Martin hair
yeah,
too.
yeah. Who was that?
That's my friend Tripp.
Oh,
He's
that's
a
cool.
very talented voice actor who's super into mezcal.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's an odd way to explain somebody. This guy's
yeah.
really into tequila. I
Yeah.
kind of like tequila.
He's a super cool guy, but man, when he showed up, I was like, oh my God.
It was so nice to have a house party that didn't feel like a kegger. You know, because that's what happens. A lot of time when you have house parties, they wind up being drink fest, keggers, beer squeezing events that wind up degrading as the night goes on. It's not that at all. It was a very classy, nice event.
That's how you know he's growing up.
That's right. An outdoor area with a little cigar lounge.
Yep. People were
that
smoking
scene.
cigars.
Oh, my God. I forgot all about this. Deborah, I saw the pool.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, the pool is giant. It is, listen, we were joking about it all that time. I haven't been over to Ross's house in a minute, and we were joking about this pool, and I walked outside, and I saw that thing, and I immediately felt bad. It's that big. It's
that
big
big
enough.
it made you feel
It's
bad?
big enough to make me feel bad about him getting that. And
so
even
big.
worse, his fiance comes up to me. And again, I've never spoken to her about this. This was just like a bit. They could have cleared this thing out months ago, theoretically. I'm not trying to drop a bomb on you or anything. And she was like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
It was like having a family member that you're stuck with. Oh, yeah. That's Paul. He's been here since 74 when he blew his knee out, and he won't leave the house now. I mean, it's that kind of vibe. I can't believe how big. You couldn't put it in this room.
No.
You could not fit that pool
Oh, hell no.
into this room. Not even
that
close.
big?
It would stretch to that door over there.
I would say it's
It's-
about 2 of those rooms.
It's giant.
Holy crap.
It's giant. It is funny.
And,
Oh, is
that's
it
also
funny?
partially because, so the GoFundMe hits and everyone's like, oh, we're going to show Ross. We're going to get him a pool.
By the way, this was the story of the night because a lot of people didn't know the story of the pool. When he was telling the pool, it was the great because he was a little passionate about it.
yeah.
He tends to be.
I got really good at this conversation. I've shared it a fair amount.
Yeah, it was great. You got to get that thing out of there, buddy. He's killing you.
That thing
It
is...
takes up a third of your yard.
And I got a really big
You
backyard.
do. And it was. I could not believe how big it was.
Wow.
Had you seen it? Had you seen it in person, Jack?
That was the first.
Could you believe how big it was? Like it's bigger than we thought, though, right?
I kind of had an idea, but keep in mind, we raised the listeners raised the money for
Yes,
this.
they did, yes.
That went to the happy couple.
Yes.
So they actually picked out the pool.
Yeah, they did. But it's the only one that was available because it was
Right.
happeing during COVID.
Oh, yeah, that
and
was a
everybody was
challenge.
buying those above ground pools because they couldn't go anywhere. So we who's the young lady online that does this?
Candace,
that's right. Candace found this thing, had it shipped. I can't imagine how much that thing weighs.
Yeah.
Like when you roll that thing up I can't imagine how much that must weigh.
Yeah,
It's got to be 400 or 500 pounds.
It's very big and very heavy.
Oh my God, is it giant? I think there's stuff growing inside it now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Like
So it's
I mean,
gotten
but
to the
rooting.
point. Yeah, we've drained it.
Yeah.
But then
Then now it's the primordial soup.
yeah. Now it's just like
It's got 3 inches of stuff that supports any life.
it's got 2 inches of water
Oh,
that
yeah.
is just slowly about to get canceled
A new-
because it's becoming black.
A new species is going to crawl out of that.
Yeah.
It is
I
bad.
just peered over to the side, looked down, and it's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
I did not have that stomach.
And I'll be honest
I
with
could
you,
not look into it. It was like the
I was
abyss.
afraid something was coming out.
it looks better than what it did because
Man.
imagine that, but full.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine it full of me frolicking in it.
It's a substantial piece of,
That would-
backyard equipment.
It would take you, oh man, that would actually cost a little bit to fill up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Do you
stacked one of those on top of another,
Yeah.
it would be a full-blown pool with a deep end. Like, that's how big it is. No joke. It would be an 8-foot pool with like a 4-foot deep end, and it would be a substantial, real deal that could exist in your backyard as your family pool. Man, oh man, I am terribly sorry about that.
Sorry, Ross.
Are you?
I'm kind of sorry about
I was going to say, are you?
All right, 407-916-1041. So, Deb, you had a kind of a great weekend. I got a video from you. You've been planning to give your mother a gift a little early for a while now.
And like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. You've been waiting for this, and you sent me the video, and it was the sweetest thing ever.
Well, my brother and sister-in-law and Chris and I gifted my mom with a new Shih Tzu puppy named Brisket. She opened up her front door to find a puppy in a basket, and she lost her mind.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Cried, and you did it. Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
You
hand
did
over
it.
the face, the whole 9 yards. And by the way, I saw the video of your mom. I was like, I would not even try your mom's a little bit. I got a feeling. I got a feeling Deb's
Baby
dangerous.
girl don't play.
But a tenth as dangerous as his
Oh,
mother.
yeah.
Mom's, mom's not young. She's not old, but she's not young. And man, she opened that door and like, yeah, I would not try that. I get a feeling that woman would like maybe cut your arm off or something. She looked
just a look.
very healthy.
Yeah.
Very, very aware.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
You might win in a physical altercation, but what is the curse going to be like?
Exactly.
You're going to get haunted.
Is it not worth smelling for the rest of my life?
So she is thrilled.
And the other thing that happened that's the life-changing this weekend is, we've been talking about getting a dog for a while. Hell, I brought it up on the show here at least 8 or 10 times. Well, that whole thing, and you guys know how this goes, right? Hey, you know what? We should think about getting a dog.
Yeah, why not?
To 2 weeks later, it's this. We're buying a dog tomorrow. I mean, it's not like, hey, if we find something nice, we'll get it tomorrow. We're going out and we're actively searching for a dog to buy tomorrow. It's got to happen tomorrow. So it turns out that we made a connection on Saturday that allowed us to see some puppies on Sunday. And if you go to JimColbertLive.com, you can see exactly what is now in my house.
Yes!
Now,
so cute.
Now what my house has 2 of.
What do you call them again?
We didn't buy just one, because that's for losers. We bought a brother and sister. They were part of a litter. We couldn't see just bringing one home. So we made an offer for 2 of them because I'm always negotiating. Made an offer for 2 of them, which they countered with a perfectly fine number. And then we bought the 2 puppies. One is the runt. So it's Sammy and Sadie.
Sammy and Sadie.
And they are Shorkies, which is a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix, and they are absolutely, they're the 2 little Ewoks is what they are. They're 2 little Ewoks, and one of them is so small, like we have to hover over them when they're outside to keep the hawks away.
And the owls, and the eagles.
Yeah.
I think you bought 2 just because you wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, maybe so.
I love doing this. Whatever it takes.
But it's I tell you what makes it easier, and Tori hit me with this logic, which I completely understood. The puppy thing is tough for me because I don't like repetitive things. And puppies, when they're young, they cry all the time. I have a very difficult time dealing with that for some reason. There's a neurosis that I have that will not allow that to happen.
What about you and human babies?
So, well, I can ignore those. I mean, somebody else loves those too. So, but this one, we're like, we'll get the sister, and they'll comfort each other. And man, that it was the most brilliant thing ever because they will yip a little bit, but as long as they have each other, they will just curl up back next to each other and go to sleep and hardly make any noise at all. They've been a dream so far, but of course they haven't chewed up my couch yet. So we'll find out how that
they've been
goes.
a dream so far. It's been 30 hours?
Yeah, about 30 hours, Ross. It's going well. It's going well. I'll let you know what happens tomorrow, though, okay? All right, 407-916-1041. By the way, you can see them right now. My wife is walking in the hallway, and one of them's you can fit 2 of them in a shoe. JimColbertLive.com. Jack put the video up today. We appreciate that very much. Go check them out. Sadie and Sammy, now part of the new Colbert household. We'll keep you updated, and we'll do some posts about those guys as we go forward.
Coming up during Woke News, we're going to cover the sad and tragic news of a Florida father and his son among those killed in a deadly Tennessee tornado. President Biden is going to travel to tornado-ravaged Kentucky on Wednesday. And college papers graded by Elon Musk are sold at auction. We'll tell you how much for and more coming up during Woke News.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Always text us at 77031. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You know what's better than enthused fighting a robust cosmic behemoth that's infinitely more skilled than you in multiple forms of hand-to-hand combat? Anything like us. On your smart speaker, just say, "Hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio," and leave the Colossus slang to us.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality and lowest price.
Our slowest traffic continues eastbound on I-4 coming in from Polk County near U.S. Highway 27 up to 429 and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. It's steady too between the Beach Line and Sand Lake Road. Westbound slow as well between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. No reported issues on the Turnpike at this hour. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Altamont Mall. Celebrate the holidays by stepping into the magic of the wishing forest at Altamont Mall. Visit the Wishing Tree Grove, capture magical moments with Santa, and give back to your community with nostalgic games. All proceeds will benefit Allie's Hope Foundation. Visit altamontmall.com to plan your trip.
Happy holidays to you and your family from the family over at Mossy Oak Fences. Love these guys. You do as well. They're awesome people. And as a special thank you during the holidays, our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence offering a free walk gate for every purchase of $150 or more to all active military, veterans, and first responders. That's a value of up to $500. All you have to do is visit mossyoakfences.com. Mention promo code USA. Just a small token of the Mossy family's appreciation exclusively for our military and first responders. That's mossyoakfences.com. Mention promo code USA.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
Here's the final putt to seal the deal. Ooh, a near miss.
Focus not quite what it used to be? The Aviv Medical Program can help. With hyperbaric oxygen therapy at its core, this personalized treatment works to boost brain and body function as you age. Plus, when you add the new Golf Performance Program, you can really home in on the skills to keep you on course for years to come. To learn more, call 352-358-AV-IV.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
Can you believe the year's almost over? Hey, this is RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Most businesses count on strong fourth quarter sales. We sure do, and I got a big problem, and I need to catch up. Right now, I'm paying over appraised value for any car. Even if it's really old, I want it. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $6,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Save big and get more. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. And all RCL Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Plus, my Love It or Exchange It program will keep you happy. I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. So even if you've heard no in the past, my dealer next door credit approval process can help you get approved with lower rates and smaller payments. So come into my fourth quarter catch-up sale today. I'm RC Hill and I'm your car dealer next door. Visit us at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. New car pricing plus tax tag $8.99 admin fee. Dealer retains all rebates.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with Care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
If you're even thinking about renovating, you have to check out the Houzz website and app. That's Houzz. More than 65 million people are using Houzz because it's the best tool out there to help your project turn out right. Why? When you hire a pro on Houzz, they can show you in 3D, using Houzz tools, exactly how your finished project will look. So for remodeling made easy, just go to Houzz. That's Houzz. And find a local pro to give you a great home and a great experience.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. Cancer ScreenInfo.com.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get great deals on a variety of Craftsman tools all month long for those DIYers in your family, like the 20-volt drill driver combo with a battery and charger for just $119. With a deal like that, we're putting unfinished projects on notice. Looking at you, loose doorknob. That's the drill driver combo, just $119. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and NapaOnline.com while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/21.
With the largest selection of late model pre-owned trucks in stock, no matter what you're looking for, Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, GMC, Nation Trucks has it on the lot right now. And interest rates are as low as 1.99%. No payments till April with approved credit. So start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Are you 65 or older, diagnosed with heart failure, and still experiencing unresolved symptoms? Then this message may be for you. Other symptoms like carpal tunnel syndrome or gastrointestinal problems could be a sign of something more serious, like transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM for short. ATTR-CM is a rare and life-threatening disease that worsens over time, so it's important to recognize the signs and talk to your doctor. For more information, visit attrcmfacts.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
iHeartRadio's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas podcast is here, just in the St. Nick of time, and in immersive 3D audio featuring Elton John, Billy Idol, John Bon Jovi, and more.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house,
not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is also a visual podcast. Watch on the iHeartRadio app and experience eye-popping illustrations that bring the story to life. Or just say, Alexa, play the Night Before Christmas podcast. Brought to you by MetaQuest 2.
iHeartRadio.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch, have you heard of that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday afternoon here in warm Central Florida. My goodness.
It's December,
warm,
right?
Very warm Central Florida. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Woke News is generously brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, on Saturday. Give him a listen when he's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Sadly, starting off with the tragic story of a father and son from Tallahassee are unfortunately among the victims of the deadly tornado outbreak that spread across several states, 5 to be exact, over the weekend. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee announced the devastation in Tiptonville Friday night that left 2 people dead at Cypress Point Resort. Turns out it was a 12-year-old boy and his father who were on from Florida, who were a part of a group on a duck hunting trip in Tennessee when the deadly storm hit. Another man from the group is still missing.
God almighty.
Now, meanwhile, volunteers from the American Red Cross of Greater Orlando chapter are assisting those communities affected by the recent tornadoes. All deployed volunteers that completed advanced health screenings and are also trained for COVID-19 operating protocols, because it's not bad enough to just have to deal with the after effects of an unprecedented natural event. I mean, 5 states, 1 tornado, 227 miles?
Yeah, I think it's one of the longest in recorded history, if not the longest. They've ever even, I mean, the path of this. I sent Jack a story today. We can't put it back up because it's copyrighted by somebody else, but it is a before and after collection of about 8 photographs, and it is, I mean, again, it just looks,
it's biblical.
It looks Hollywood fake. It looks like something they made for a movie.
And it was watching the Kentucky Governor Beshear over the weekend talk about, you know, when you hear tornadoes, you think of a roof being taken off or a pool screen. And in this case, it just obliterated everything it touched. It just destroyed.
I'll tell you the best thing, the best way to explain it. I showed Ross this afternoon when he came in. I said, it looks like a gas explosion.
Yeah, it really does.
There's a unique way that gas explodes in a building when it traps it and contains it. It turns the entire structure into basically a bomb. So when it blows, everything goes. Like it doesn't blow up one side. It can't tear off one. It looks like basically every building in the path of this thing had a massive gas explosion.
Yeah. So
did you hear about the picture that was found 130 miles away on somebody's windshield?
No.
A lady goes out to her house today to leave to go somewhere, or Sunday morning to leave to go somewhere, and sees a piece of paper on her windshield. She thought it was just like a tract or something put there, or just a piece of trash, and she picked it up, and it was a photograph from someone's photo collection 130 miles away is where it came from.
Well, we're going to have more on the devastating tornadoes in the national part of the newscast, but the Omicron variant has been discovered in Central Florida, but not in a patient. According to Altamont Springs' city manager, the variant was detected in the city's wastewater after a sample was collected Thursday. They think it's at least a couple of individuals. Now, the city has been testing the water for the coronavirus since early on in the pandemic. In fact, in April 2020, they started doing this. Now, the variant has yet to show up in humans. The water test, though, could be an indicator that Omicron may start showing up soon in our area's hospitals. Okay, 2 people are in custody after a crash. These 2 turds.
Numbnuts.
Really, because it caused the Winter Garden Golf Cart Christmas Parade to be canceled. And if it could have been worse, it could have ended up being like the crash in Wisconsin. It happened when police were preparing to close roads for the parade in downtown Winter Garden just before 6 Sunday evening. A vehicle approached an officer at a high rate of speed, ended up hitting another car before the driver ran off. That driver and another woman who was in the car were both arrested, identified as Terrius Jarrell Baker and Elizabeth Chavez. 2 children who were in that vehicle were turned over to family. Now, luckily, the driver of the second vehicle was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And more importantly, no one in the crowd was injured.
Both of them have warrants for their arrests.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, they're just complete scumbag idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Had kids in the car, young kids.
And kids in the car.
That's what you do.
Probably trying to secure their sweet parade spots.
Everybody be cool, though. They'll be out in 2 weeks.
Well, don't worry. I mean, whether they're out or not, this is that time of the year where you do not want to be acting the fool behind the wheel. Any time of the year is dumb, but state officials are warning Floridians about the dangers of impaired driving. Attorney General Ashley Moody and the Florida Highway Patrol held a news conference today to remind motorists to drink responsibly. They say there's going to be an increase in law enforcement patrols and DUI checkpoints during the holiday season. They're also encouraging the use of rideshare options. Usually the closer we get to like Christmas and New Year's, AAA's Tow-to-Go program will kick back up again.
Are there a lot of do you guys know a lot of people whose companies are having Christmas parties? Like actual go to a place Christmas party?
Nah. Not really.
I don't either. I wonder if I was wondering why they were setting up more, because I know people are losing their mind a little bit more.
I think that's probably why.
Just say, man, trying to get out and get loose.
This next story is from the what file?
Mm-hmm.
Investigators say it was an argument that led to a man throwing another man overboard and simply leaving him to drown in the Gulf.
Wow, really?
Yeah, according to a police affidavit, the night of Friday, December 3rd, Shane Dugan grabbed the victim and tossed him off a Catalina yacht.
Dugan
then reportedly ordered a third person to drive the boat back to the dock, which was 30 minutes away.
Damn.
The victim's body was found the next day.
Oh, he did drown.
He left his ass out there in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico and drove. Can you imagine in a boat, if you're driving 30 minutes back, how far out you have to be?
You're pretty far out there, yeah.
The victim's body was found the next day, and now he's charged with manslaughter.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Unbelievable,
Just
man.
a crazy. At no point in that 30-minute drive, your anger didn't cool down and you decide that maybe this is not the best choice for my life.
Right.
And certainly the victim you left behind.
The fact that you could go home that night and sleep.
Yeah.
Knowing that you threw a guy over in not in the middle of the Gulf, but in the Gulf, far enough out there to make it a problem. God almighty, that's so bananas.
Isn't that crazy?
Guy's life is over now.
His is over.
His life is over.
And the victim's, of course, over an argument.
And how is that manslaughter?
And not murder?
Yeah.
Like not second degree? Maybe because
that's an interesting question, actually.
He didn't mean to.
Probably in the heat of anger.
Yeah, in the heat of anger, it happened. You didn't go out there for the sole purpose of throwing somebody overboard. It was that wasn't premeditated in any way, shape, or form. Well, I mean, as far as we know.
I mean, I thought manslaughter is still like it's an accident. And if he's throwing this guy overboard,
That's interesting. That would be interesting. I don't know. Maybe we could ask.
Well, throwing him overboard led to his death. It wasn't the cause of his death. Drowning was the cause of his death. So what he did, his actions led to the cause. So
I guess that's the preponderance of evidence, right? If it's a first degree or a second degree, there has to be the intention to kill.
Yeah. Jack makes that argument with the Grinch on his shirt, which is interesting. It's kind of fun to watch Jack
He's
argue
not legally
that
wrong.
and be accurate, then look up there and go, oh, it's a Grinch staring right at me with a Santa hat on.
Couple of very decidedly Florida stories next. The
Merry
victims
Grinchmas.
of the Merry Grinchmas, the victims of the Surfside condo collapse are being honored with a special underwater memorial. Yesterday, family members and loved ones gathered for the service off the South Florida coast. There, a plaque honoring the nearly 100 lives that were lost in the deadly collapse of the condo building on June 24th was installed at the Neptune Memorial Reef underwater off the shore of Key Biscayne. Turns out the 16-acre man-made reef is made up of several underwater memorials.
I'll be done. I know they have a lot of like dive little spots like that down in South Florida, don't they, Jack? Like where you could go off areas and dive specific like little things that have been put there for that purpose.
Absolutely, yeah. Rolls Royce. There's a Rolls Royce
really?
down there. Yeah, a bunch of artificial reefs where you can go and natural ones as well. The diving down there is really good.
It's awesome.
And a decidedly, Florida, there you are, story.
How are you been, girl?
A Seminole woman, this is Seminole on the Gulf Coast, is facing charges after police say she broke the sink off the wall at Irish 31 Pub last week.
Oh, man.
How did she do that, do you ask?
Yeah.
Well, according to reports, 37-year-old Catherine Trammell was having a, quote-unquote, intimate encounter with a friend.
Oh, very nice.
Inside the bathroom when the sink broke.
At Irish 31?
At Irish 31.
There's one in Oviedo.
Now, the owner of this Irish 31 is pressing charges against Trammell. Reports are that the damage is tallied about $500.
Yeah, sinks aren't cheap, man.
Exactly. So
couldn't they just ask her to pay and
I don't know.
not have her arrested?
Here's what I did hear about that story, though. That guy that was involved in that hurt his arm signing autographs that night.
But he wasn't even charged. She was the only one charged.
She was the one charged.
And didn't she go and tell them that they broke?
I don't know, man.
I think so.
How do you just charge one half of that equation?
Well, isn't that usually,
Maybe, did he ask her to turn around? Bam, turn around. Yep, you're 100% of this problem. It is your ass that took the sink out. 100.
Okay, national news now. Like I had mentioned at the beginning of the tease, President Biden is going to travel to tornado-ravaged Kentucky on Wednesday. During a White House photo op with Homeland Security and FEMA officials, Biden said his administration is fully committed to recovery from the deadly storms. Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky said at least 64 people died from the severe weather, and over 100 Kentuckians are still unaccounted for. Tornadoes also hit Arkansas, Tennessee, and Illinois, and just seeing that candle, that candle factory alone is it's
the Amazon thing.
The Amazon, the warehouse in Illinois where at least 6 people died there.
Jim, we posted 3 different videos, CNN, NBC, ABC, all up at JimColbertLive.com, so you can just click through and it really is, the aerial stuff is just
simply
amazing.
It's gut-wrenching.
It really is amazing. And, this morning YouTube had a number of videos from people who live in the area and were just taking cell phone videos as they were either fleeing or whatever, because it happened at night, which is
1:30 in the morning.
It's just the most unbelievable. When these things happen at night, it just makes it that much more difficult to negotiate, right? Because you have that cloak of darkness makes it that much more mysterious. You're doing everything via ears. And if you've never been in an area where a tornadoes come around, in the 90s here, in the early 90s, we had a thing called the Storm of the Century that rolled through. It would be similar to this. It was just a giant...
it was 98.
Something like that. It was like a supercell. Came rolling through, and it did some massive damage. Well, I heard that horn thing, that train thing they're talking about. And I'm telling you, even more so, I rarely talk about this. When I opened the door to my house, when that wind was blowing, and I heard that horn thing, my chest felt different because the pressure around me had been dropping. So it's that weird feeling you get in an airplane when you depressurize a little bit or whatever, in your chest, there's that weird, odd pressure. That happened just from opening the door.
Right.
I mean, imagine, that was a pissant. Like tornado, not this thing. 240 miles long, goes across like 5 states. And then the thing about those photographs and those videos is when the lightning would strike, it would illuminate a corner of the tornado, and it like a monster.
It looked, absolutely terrifying. One of the victims in that candle factory actually live streamed what she was going through on Facebook as she was waiting for people as they were waiting to be rescued. She said it was the worst thing because for hours you could hear people screaming and crying for help, but knowing you couldn't help them because you're trying yourself to survive.
Well, the Amazon workers, they actually even did the protocol, hid in the bathroom, did the whole 9 yards, but once the roofs collapsed.
Right. I heard the same thing with other families that were hiding in their basements. Once the house comes in on you in the basement, it doesn't do any good to be in the basement. And one of the heroes we usually look toward after something like we went through Friday night is the National Guard, and they're celebrating another year. Jimmy, you and I had talked about this, but Jack, how old do you think the National Guard is?
150.
Ross.
Too high. Go low, Ross. Go low.
Don't listen, Ross. You be your own man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, fine.
I'm going to go. Okay, so drop the 2. Or everything over 2A. Quadratic formula. I'm going to go 156.
It is now 385 years old.
It's the oldest military/protective institution we have. It was here before the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
The Guard tweeted, it has been, quote, trained, equipped, and ready to go since 1636, end quote.
Damn.
Those wishing to join the National Guard without any prior service must meet a litany of qualifications. They include being between 17 and 35 years old, along with, quote, medical, physical, and moral requirements, end quote. Okay, look up the sky tonight. Tonight's big Geminid meteor shower is shaping up to be the best one of the year. The Geminids will appear in the sky tonight to tomorrow morning with the best viewing around 2 a.m. NASA is calling this one of the best showers for its bright and abundant meteors. Jimmy, you're out in the best spot because you're not going to have any of that light wash.
It's the best. I mean, the sky has been so low lately. I walked my wife out in the front yard, and we turned all the lights in the house off, like even the TV, so there'd be no light emission. And we just stood out there in the front yard looking up. It looks like you could reach up and slap them.
I bet.
They just seem right on top of you.
Well, at its peak, the shower can produce more than 50 meteors per hour, so you guys should have some great viewing tonight. All right, Elon Musk is being named Time's Person of the Year. In addition to being the world's richest person, Time stated Musk represented the, quote, richest example of a massive shift in our society, end quote. The magazine says he's the disruptor of multiple industries. We know that. First, he took the world by storm with Tesla. Now he's conquering spaceflight with SpaceX. Don't even add in the NFTs and the crypto. Time explained he's the person of the year for creating solutions to some of the world's biggest problems, pushing the limits of technology, and driving the transformation of multiple industries.
And I think when it's all said and done, his big contribution is going to be batteries.
I mean,
I think when it's all said and done, that's going to be his massive contribution. Is the progress in storing energy.
It's a really cool resume, no doubt. But he can't name a child to save his life.
No, he cannot. He cannot.
He needs to shop that out.
And speaking of Elon Musk, he may be the richest person on the planet, but just like everyone else, he had to get his start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So while attending the University of Pennsylvania back in 1995, he worked as a teaching assistant, helping to grade exams at the school's acclaimed Wharton School of Business. Yeah. So now, all those years later, those smart students in 1995 who thought, this cat's going to turn into something, I'm going to hang on to this paper.
This weird son is onto something.
Yeah, exactly. Some of those papers graded by the man who went on to become the CEO of both Tesla and SpaceX have sold in an online auction. Run by Boston's R&R Auctions, the papers sold recently for $7,753.
Damn!
For college paper graded by Elon Musk.
Just like with his little initials on it, that he graded it?
If even that.
Holy.
And then finally, speaking of school, and I did post this video to JimColbertLive.com. But critics are calling a game where teachers competed for $1 bills terrible and dehumanizing.
Okay.
At a junior hockey game
you've got my attention.
At a junior hockey game in South Dakota Saturday night, $5,000 and $1 bills was dumped on a carpet in the middle of the rink. 10 local teachers wearing hockey helmets. then scrambled to pick up as much of that cash as they could to help them buy school supplies while spectators cheered from the stands.
Oh, no.
A clip of the event went viral with critics calling the game dystopian.
That is kind of dystopian.
Because teachers in South Dakota are paid relatively small salaries. Democratic State Senator Reynold Nesbia says the event was probably well-intentioned, but it ended up being a terrible image. If you want to see the teachers who don't make enough, scrambling for cash.
Their marker money.
Your marker money.
Your chalk money.
Seriously, we posted a clip of that at JimColbertLive.com.
Wouldn't it just been better just to divide it, not evenly,
Yeah.
but I mean, figure out the population of the schools? I'm sure they could whip up a pretty quick equation to figure that out.
And they could have turned it into such a great community event around the holidays. You've got these 10 teachers, these $5,000.
Yeah, per student. Just kind of figure out per student what you can give and then figure it out.
And then instead you end up making it look like a Roman Coliseum.
I mean, it's kind of a good idea. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it is demeaning. That's terrible.
And they're stuffing the money in their shirts.
Yeah, it's terrible that a teacher would have to go through that just to get supplies.
Just to get supplies, exactly.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been one of those hurricane booths.
Oh yeah, where you put them in there like game show.
Yeah, and just money is flying around.
You never had the skating rink experience, Ross, but the three of us have had this experience. Back in the day, when you would go to the skating rink as a kid, one of the premier parts of the evening is the owner of the skating rink would go get two handfuls of coins from the register at the snack bar, and you'd all gather around, and he would throw those coins onto the skating floor, and you would skate around and try to pick them up. And I will tell you what that was really good for. About 9 super good finger injuries.
Yeah, I was going to say, or broken wrists.
Crushing the fingers of kids reaching for quarters as you were rolling over to take it from them. Wonderful idea, Sal.
Well, that's okay, because then you end up growing up from that tender moment in childhood to a teacher who now gets to do it professionally in South Dakota. And now you all are officially woke. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, talking about the holidays, probably getting ready to have some family come into town. Maybe you're just tired of the house you're in and you really want to buy that dream home. But first, you have to know if you can qualify. Well, it's as easy as going to homeloansradio.com and click apply now. That's it. That's all it takes to get pre-approved today. And that pre-approval allows you to work with someone you can trust and who knows what the mortgage business is doing in your own backyard. That someone is Don, and he's the best to work with. Don't take my word for it, though. Check it out for yourself at homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, at 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Well, hey, everybody, good Monday morning. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King now. Fox 35 Storm Center. I want to update you Central Florida weather today. The trend of well above normal temps continues. Warm highs in the low 80s today with a blend of sun and clouds. We'll have some occasional northeast breezes. A couple ocean-blown showers right along the coast. Could move inland west of I-95 through the day. I got a chance at about 20% or less. A lot of just warm and dry again. Low 80s for highs. We're 64 tonight. Partly cloudy. Maybe a coastal shower. Mild overnight. Winds from the north at 5 to 10 for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Warm highs near 80, rain chance both days at 20%, lows in the mid-60s. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. Good news! ViStar Credit Union is here in Winter Garden. ViStar offers members a better way to bank and helps build stronger communities. ViStar Credit Union. Do good, bank better. Visit vistarcu.org/wintergarden.
Well, we are nearing the end of another year, and many people set their New Year's resolutions or maybe set intentions or set goals. One that can benefit all mankind is reduce your carbon footprint. One way to do that is to go solar. I did it several years ago, and I love it because I put solar panels on my roof. I reduced my carbon footprint. I'm using electricity, or at least I'm using renewable electricity, and I'm saving money every month. Matter of fact, I look forward to my power bill each month to see how much I'm saving. How many power bills are you going to pay before you go to solarsource.com? Solar Source is the company in Central Florida that can get you on your way to solar energy. Produce your own power. Own your own power. Stop renting it from the power company. Solar Source has installed over 60,000 systems in Central Florida since 1984. They've been around a while. You can trust this company. They'll also give you a 25-year warranty. Get a free savings estimate today. Go to their website. It's solarsource.com. When you talk to them, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. It's solarsource.com. Get that free savings estimate today. When it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
Home. Sure, it's your furniture, electronics, and appliances. But at Conn's Home Plus this holiday season, we know it's that plus a whole lot more. We call it living the plus life, and you've got to see it to believe it. Top brands, we have them. Samsung, LG, HP, and more. Huge product selection and hot holiday deals? Of course. Plus, get next-day delivery options and personalized financing. Discover life's added value at Conn's Home Plus, your Big Bow Gift headquarters. Shop now and save big on everything on your list. Only at Conn's Home Plus. Open in Orlando, Ocala, and Orange City.
You've taken allergy meds for years. Are they helping? Congestion, drainage, still there, and that sniffle just doesn't stop. The Cleveland Clinic says common allergy pills are associated with depression, weight gain, even dementia. Do you really want to be taking those for years on end? Aspire Allergy and Sinus helps thousands with treatment that actually works, not drugs that never solve the problem. Say goodbye to allergies for good at Aspire. Call 844-MY-RELIEF. That's 844-MY-RELIEF.
If you're making big decisions like refinancing or buying your first home, maybe doing some debt consolidation, go to homeloansradio.com. Work with that mortgage guy, Don, and then listen to the Home Loans Radio Show every Saturday morning on Real Radio 104.1.
The IRS and state agencies don't wait till after the holidays to demand payment or take collection action. J. David Tax Law and our firm of experienced tax attorneys live and work in this community, and we are standing by to defend you or your business in any IRS or state tax debt. Helping people in our community is what we do. For that reason, we invite you to join us in our support of worthy local charities. In this season of giving, please consider donating to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, Cars for Our Troops, Dreams Come True, and the Ronald McDonald House. These organizations do a wonderful job for those in need. At J. David Tax Law, we believe strongly in being a responsible corporate citizen by providing funding to charities that support our community. We invite you to do the same, and we wish you and your families a happy and safe holiday season. If you have tax problems, call us now at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 for a no-cost consultation, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Looking for the perfect gift? Get him a shirt from Untuck It. Untuck It shirts are designed to be worn untucked. They're the easiest way to keep him looking sharp and feeling comfortable. You can't go wrong with their super soft flannels, wrinkle-free shirts, performance shirts with stretch, and cozy sweaters that are all perfect for right now. They even have a line for her. Find the perfect gift for every guy on your list at one of 80-plus Untuck It stores or at untuckit.com. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by...
That's the Frank Gateway.
Meet Off-Lease Only Express, the hassle-free option to buying a car from home. Off-Lease Only, the name you know and trust, is offering the same high-quality, nearly new cars, most priced thousands below retail, with a new way to buy a car that is fast and convenient. First, visit offleaseonly.com. They've made it easy for you to browse and choose from over 4,000 cars. Once you've selected the car you want, click on Express. You can even trade in your car with just a couple of clicks. In just a few no-hassle steps, you can start your Express car deal online and choose to either finish in one of their 5 convenient locations or complete entirely from the comfort of your home. Then drive away in an incredible deal, saving you tons of time and money that comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy. Leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with Off-Lease Only Express, the hassle-free, fully transparent option to buying a car from home. Start today by visiting offleaseonly.com.
People are coming out of their homes again. Most probably just to get more content for social media. Same here. Find Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is the Jim Colbert Show, also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is as well.
Hey.
And there is our boy, Saucy Padgy.
Yeah.
What we didn't tell you during the first segment or the second segment, Ross had a little issue with one of your dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were over at the house on Saturday night, and I only get to see the demons once or twice a year.
One demon,
yeah,
one angel.
demon is singular.
Hazel, the demon, and Zelda, the love muffin, the love bunch, the squeezable one.
Yeah.
And Zelda's having some problems, and is everything okay?
I haven't gotten the phone call back yet, but, I mean, things were not good and definitely made me feel like I got a touch of parenthood this morning. You know, it was whenever you see something really, really bad, there's two options. You either start panicking or you start going into hero mode. I'll be honest with you, it's a flip of the coin for me. Sometimes I'm like, nope, I'm out, and other times I feel like, all right, we got to get the got to get the ball moving.
Got to get somebody on the job.
Yeah. And no one else is here except a lousy roommate, and this one's on me.
Yeah, and you know the weird thing is they do have those emergency vets, but man, emergency vet is like a 7-Eleven on an island. That Pepsi's going to cost you.
Yeah, and it's definitely what happened this morning is definitely going to cost a fair amount of money. And the question is how much?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite dog. I'll start off by saying that this is the dog that made me understand
canine love.
Yeah, just dogs even more, and just living with them. Because I've lived with dogs in the past, but this was the first one that went, yeah, I'm going to move around all of your bad thoughts about my species, and I'm going to go straight to your weak spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wake up to this dog. I play with this dog every morning.
How old is she?
She's like 11.
Oh, she's 11 years old.
Yeah, she wears it well.
Yeah, she does. Oh, she looks amazing for her age.
Yeah, and she moves kind of quick as well when she's comfortable and in a playful mood. But she can get a cut in a rug.
No, she's a Pomeranian?
She's a Papillon.
A Papillon, that's right. Okay, so, but that small breed dog, though, has a relatively extended lifespan, right? Like between 15 and 18 years?
Yeah, I mean, I believe smaller dogs, you know, just in general, live longer than bigger dogs.
Yeah, not as much wear and tear on their organs and joints and stuff.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, though, I mean, I don't mean to desensitize these issues because, when you're talking about your pet, I mean, if the dog is 16 years old, you're looking at this a little differently, or no?
I mean, there was no other way of me looking at what I saw this morning and went like, okay, we gotta fix this real fast.
See, it's weird though because I know, like, we just bought these. We have these puppies here. By the way, somebody texted earlier. We did not get them from a breeder. It was just a private person who had two dogs who had dogs, and they had a litter to get rid of, so we took two of them off their hands. But a lot of dog owners will have that thing. Like when Dexter passed away, God rest his soul, at 11 and a half years old, at 11 and a half, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do there to ensure even a few more weeks of quality life. So do you, when it comes to the amount of money you would spend on a surgery like that, I mean, if you have and she's 11, the dog could live to be 16, 17. So for you to make sure that she's going to be okay, even if the bill is big, you just have to deal with it, right?
I mean, I went into that veterinarian's office thinking that, I mean, you got me by the balls and I want you to grab me by the balls.
Okay. Do whatever you have to save my animal.
Make sure that this dog is going to come out because I'm not spending this Christmas Zelda-less.
Sorry, it's going to be $10,000.
Yeah, let's run it.
Oh, really?
This wedding can wait a year.
Wow.
I'll figure it out. That's really where my mindset was. Now, as I say that back, I may rethink it.
I doubt it.
When I'm looking at a very graphic scene in my kitchen and in my living room, which won't go into great detail.
Whitney and Bobby bathroom?
But a lot of blood is just all over my ground.
Like a Tarantino movie?
Yeah, like really...
really?
I thought the roommate was bleeding. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
She's only 10, 12 pounds?
Yeah. So she lost I mean, it was an astonishing amount of blood from a small dog.
Blood's a game changer. Vomit and the other side of that world, those things can be negotiated. But when you see blood, there is some broken happening. Something ain't right.
Yeah, you can't play around or wait around.
So my dog has HGE. HGE, which is an acronym for
Home and Garden Entertainment.
Exactly.
That's right. Bobby Flay's a star on that network.
It's a condition basically that is found in small dogs more times than not. But what really then sped up this very graphic scene was that she was throwing up last night, so I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep, and that was like, everyone's seen a dog throw up, and you go about doing, picking up.
It's a hoot. I go back and look at videos of it all the time.
It's one of the go-to moves of owning a dog. Sometimes that happens, but not what I saw this morning. So she was also extremely dehydrated.
Yeah.
And we were cutting it close for her to not fall into shock and not make it. So
wow, drama in the Paget house this morning.
Yeah, drama, a lot of blood.
Thank God the one that tears everything up and eats condoms and stuff like that's alive and doing well though. Thank God that one's fine.
She did have a soft, cuddly moment because I took the small dog Zelda to the vet, and that's where the dog is right now. And we're waiting to find out if we pick up the dog before 6 or we pick up the dog tomorrow morning or maybe even the day after that.
I have a feeling she's probably going to stay the night because she's so dehydrated.
But when I came back home without Zelda, my other dog started freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew that they liked each other, but I didn't really put too much weight behind it.
Somebody just warned me that there's a thing called, there's some kind of litter thing that if you buy a brother and sister dog, that it's like good.
Littermate syndrome.
Yeah, it's good in the beginning, but toward the end that they create a bond and they won't listen to the owners. They won't do any of that. And I was like, well, I'll break them.
Yeah. Don't you love our listeners when you just put out your big bowl of Cheerios and they're like, oh, let me pee in it first.
Right, exactly. Right. I got a turd that'll look great in that.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. And by the way, if you want to see my new puppies, you can do that. JimColbertLive.com. It's Sammy and Sadie. Sammy's the fat one.
So many.
Sadie's
all
the small one.
We got the bookends of dog news.
Yeah, you're
right.
right.
We got new dogs. We got dogs bleeding. We got dogs. We got a dog named Brisket.
Yeah. All kinds of new dog action. All right, 407. How's Jeter?
He's great.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very
I
good.
want a dog.
We'll go get a dog. This lady's got more than mommy.
Yeah, no.
Get a brother and sister of Jim's dog.
That's
That'd
what
be
I'm
cool.
saying. I could hook that up.
Yeah, I've got 2 cats. We're good.
Yeah,
but it's a puppy.
Yeah, but 2 cats.
I know.
2 cats in the world of cool equals like a quarter of a dog.
That's true.
It takes like 10 kittens to equal how cool a dog can be for like 20 minutes.
That's just spoken by a man who's never cuddled with a kitten.
No, that's just math.
Yeah.
I think that was a Greek thing.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this. By the way, there's a pastor that got fired in the news this weekend. But what he got fired for is refreshingly different. Let's just say that. That's next.
Visual aids available at realradio.fm.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
It's a stop-and-go ride eastbound on I-4 coming in from Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound busy, too, between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Authorities are working to clear a serious crash south on Goldenrod Road, just south of Valencia College Lane, taking up the right lane. Use 436 instead. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. This holiday, keep your car merry and running right with Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where their experts go the extra mile. Come in for a 15-minute premium stay in your car oil change today. For up to 50% off, go to getyouroilchange.com. That's getyouroilchange.com and save.
Man, with the holidays right here, supply shortages, placing an even higher demand on things. And of course, you know what that means. Porch pirates are on the way to steal your stuff, but Safe Touch is ready for them. And it's more important than ever that you know about Safe Touch. They advance technologies. They integrate that right into their camera system, making it almost possible for you to even get near a Safe Touch security driveway or home without without high quality video being taken, and of course that video being sent right over to the officers to make sure that everything is going to be set up and you have all the evidence you need to get your stuff back. That's what they do, and they do it with the two-way communicator. That's the fastest possible emergency response out there, guys. Not to mention that crash and smash technology provides a halo of detection around your home, superior equipment, professional install, lifetime parts and labor warranty, 24/7 tech support you can't lose with Safe Touch. These guys are doing what others can't for over 36 years. Plus, you can get great free equipment and installation with a monitoring agreement. Just choose the package right for you, and a licensed and bonded pro will get it installed, and you'll be better for it. It's safetouch.com, 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com, state license EF233.
The Rock Holiday Tradition returns. Trans-Siberian Orchestra live in concert. 2 shows. Saturday, December 18th, Amway Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Millions have witnessed this electrifying concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve and Other Stories. Live at Amway Center, December 18th. The story continues.
The holiday savings continue at International Diamond Center with special zero-interest financing now through Christmas Eve. Everyone's loving this because it's easy to splurge. Just pick any item at IDC, get the guaranteed best price, and spread your payments over 5 years with zero-interest charges. How about a $4,000 pair of elegant diamond stud earrings? You pay just $67 a month. Or a $6,000 designer bracelet with matching earrings, just $100 a month with nothing down. Eternity bands, fashion rings, colored gemstone jewelry, all new designer jewelry, stackable rings, Cuban link necklaces. Our showcases are packed with jewelry you can't get anywhere else. Find the perfect gift with a perfect pay plan. 5 years, zero interest financing. You can even finance the sales tax. Last minute shoppers? No problem. IDC will make you a hero. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to splurge like never before on that perfect holiday gift for the one you love. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations. On approved credit, details at shopidc.com.
My Way from Giorgio Armani. This sparkling, floral, woody fragrance, consciously sourced ingredients from around the world in sustainable, refillable packaging. The union of citrus, tuberose, vanilla, and warm wood. Unbox the most desired gifts this holiday season with My Way from Giorgio Armani. For the woman who wants to live life her way.
Joe Bonamassa, hailed as one of the world's greatest guitar players. Blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa. Performing live on Tuesday, February 15th at Dr. Phillips Center. Tickets on sale now at drphillipscenter.org. Joe Bonamassa. Don't miss your chance to experience the guitar event of the year.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
iHeartRadio's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas podcast is here, just in the St. Nick of time, and an immersive 3D audio featuring Elton John, Billy Idol, John Bon Jovi, and more.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house,
not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas is also a visual podcast. Watch on the iHeartRadio app and experience eye-popping illustrations that bring the story to life. Or just say, Alexa, play the Night Before Christmas podcast. Brought to you by MetaQuest 2.
iHeartRadio.
Hi, I'm Octavia Clausman. My dad is attorney Glenn Clausman, who helps people with their injury claims. My dad really cares about people. His clients have his cell number so they can call him anytime. At home, at night, I see him working on their files. He talks about how his clients' injuries have affected them and how he tries to help. He really cares. If you have an injury claim, you should call my dad, Glenn Clausman. Call 407-917-1718. He'll give you his cell number. Glenn Clausman at KLAUSMANlaw.com. Office, Winter Park.
Mills Air in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealers. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
I'd say the company prize drawing this year has gone quite well.
Oh, yeah? What'd you get?
For everybody out there who does not know what we're talking about, I think a lot of people probably experience this. I mean, throughout that we do the 12 days of Christmas here every day, starting at a certain point. Patty, who is the executive assistant around here, takes care of a lot of the details for the higher-ups. We'll do a drawing. And then the drawing, there's like 10 people a day or whatever, and they send out an email going, "These are your winners. These are your winners."
Not feeling like much of a winner.
And then
but
every day you click and you hope that you're going to get something cool, and you kind of get the idea after about day 3 of what's up for grabs, because it's like the same thing every time. It's like gift cards and stuff we have here that we give away. By the way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. So every time we kind of wait in anticipation to find out where on the old roulette wheel we're going to hit for our prize.
Yeah.
Ross, what did you get?
Yeah, I got a $100 gift card.
You got a $100 Visa gift card.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Deb?
A $25 gift card.
A $25 gift card to?
I think it's a Visa. Or
a Visa,
Express.
I like that. Deb doesn't seem super excited.
It's $25, dude.
Jack, I know that Jack got a piece of jewelry. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is cool because they have deals with some jewelers and stuff, and Jack got a piece of jewelry.
Not just a piece of jewelry.
I got mine today.
Yeah, what'd you get?
What would you think the most ironic thing would be for me to win?
Something you don't need.
I got a $100 gift card to Corona Cigar.
The man in this building with more Corona cigar product in his humidor at home.
Exactly.
I just got something. I brought basically a hobo bag from Ross's house.
Wow.
This weekend. Force one in everybody's face.
Well, I mean, Splash, use that on their fine spirits. Try a spirit that you've never tried before.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that. I'm going to buy me a nice bottle of something. I don't know what
Say
it is
tequila.
yet. I'll probably wind up getting a bottle. Well, the thing is, I've had a bottle of really 2 nice bottles of tequila in my house for a while, and I gave them to you.
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot of tequila anymore. I'm drinking bourbon now.
Now, I feel like the clarification is deserved. That was mezcal.
One was mezcal, the other one was tequila, right? Or were they both mezcals?
They were both mez.
Wow, really?
And they actually have a tequila there that was, a 10 out of 10. It's called Tears of Llorona.
Okay, that sounds terrible. Oh, that's that evil woman, right?
Oh, well, she's every Hispanic culture has La Llorona.
Yeah,
the crying woman.
Yeah, they made a horror movie out of it.
And that tequila is, that's like $240, $250 a bottle, I think.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and
that's expensive for tequila.
Oh, yeah. There's some...
Well, the process to make it really isn't that, it doesn't have the same curing process as like bourbon or scotch. The time's not involved with warehousing it for all those years. So
the bigger issue is the agave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, and the shortage.
It's just that, and that's what a lot of, at least from what I understand, is that the tequila really boils down to the agave. If it's, how it's grown, the dirt that it's grown.
Oh, absolutely, everything. It's like a coffee bean and what it means to coffee, the agave to the tequila.
So I'll check that out. I'm going to get a good bottle of something. I don't know what yet. I've got a pretty good collection of bourbon right now and actually a really good collection of scotch, so I don't really need those. But we're starting to drink a little gin here recently.
Okay.
So I may get in there, but I don't know. Are there like premium gins? Does it really work like that? Because with vodka, you can buy premium vodka, but a lot of times it's just the branding. Because you can get really good vodka that doesn't cost like $1,000 a bottle or even $80 a bottle. You can get pretty good vodka pretty cheap.
I want a tequila bar. I
don't know, man. Boy, they just opened up one in St. Augustine that is absolutely gorgeous. It's a tapas restaurant, but it specializes in high-level tequilas.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. What, Jack?
That's dirty talk to me.
Right there at the foot of the Bridge of Lions, brand new.
A texter really kind of came in hot on what would be more ironic than you winning the Corona Cigar Company gift certificate, and that would be one gift certificate to Great Clips.
I could get the back trimmed. Maybe use it for some beard action.
Hey, that goatee don't trim itself, right?
No,
That's what we need to do. We need to record you going into great clips.
No. I mean, you just record me doing it at my house. It's like I just cut my own hair all the time. I've been doing it for years.
No, but we want you to go to Great Clips so we can see the look of confusion on the stylists' faces. Are like, well, what are we going to do with this?
I should go in and make him hand me that book with styles in it.
Exactly.
He's like, can I see the magazine or the catalog?
I want to pick out the style I want.
And then pick out one where it's all hair.
Right.
And then I want that one right there. I want 6.
And then we just record whatever Alonzo's face makes.
Exactly.
And we're good.
Right.
So in West Palm, we have another cluster of stations, and there's a Real Radio down there that I also manage. So I'm part of that gift draw as well that they do down in West Palm. And it's actually pretty similar with the same sponsors statewide. A lot of the gifts are quite similar, except the one that I got.
Yeah, it's all right. No,
we both did it.
It's all right.
I'm going to keep begging.
No.
I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, what's the Anchorman board game?
Board game. Yeah, it was a board game and a bocce ball set. So
Have you ever played bocce ball?
I asked them to
one time. Yeah,
I asked them to donate that to
Really?
a charity.
So benevolent, Jack. Yeah.
Bocce ball is fun.
You know what the homeless
driving
love?
down the West Pond to pick it up.
Homeless love bocce ball.
Oh yeah. Not that much to drive down to West Palm to pick it up though.
Yeah.
Big on that. 407-916-1041. Let me pay this off real quick. An Indiana pastor has been forced to leave his job. Does anybody know what this is for, by the way?
No.
Okay,
no.
Good. An Indiana pastor has been forced to leave his job. I'll just give everybody one guess so that we don't kill this on time because I want to get to it. It's kind of interesting. It was not anything, he didn't do anything he wasn't supposed to do. All right, so when we hear preachers, it's stealing, it's sex,
right.
It's all that stuff. It wasn't anything like that. But he did get fired. He didn't hurt anybody. Nobody was injured. No money was lost. Didn't put the congregation at harm. Nothing like that. But he was fired.
No called, no show to Sunday service.
No, but that's a good guess.
He was TikToking.
No.
No. Oh, wait.
I'll give you a hint, Jack.
Okay,
You've been so unfortunate in the drawing.
Yeah.
He was part of a show.
Oh, part of a show. The Christmas show.
Yeah, if Bob the Drag Queen was in it.
Yeah!
Yeah. So basically, this pastor, his name is Craig Duke. Craig Duke is a pastor of the Newburgh United Methodist Church in Newburgh, Indiana, which is a very small town right there near the Kentucky border.
All small towns don't play that game.
So there's an HBO show called We're Here, and it follows these 3 drag queens around as they go into small towns and perform drag shows just to show solidarity in the LGBTQ community and things like that. Bob the Drag Queen, Eureka O'Hara, and Shangela Laquifa Wadley.
I can hear you read drag queen names for hours.
Seriously.
The show tackles issues of self-love and, of course, finding LGBTQ communities in small towns and conservative areas. Once the church found out that old Pastor Duke was up there shaking it with Bob the Drag Queen, they let him go quickly. It says here, the preacher says, you can't do a drag show like this in a southern Indiana town and not offend someone, he said somebody in the episode, noting that the community is conservative. Quote, I'm hoping it's a bridge for my daughter, for the church I serve, for the denomination I love, and for me, and I'm hoping that my voice will become stronger. It did not, because he was fired.
Right.
They basically said he's done. They sent an email to all the church saying, yep, Craig Duke is no longer with us.
But you can catch his shows on Fridays and Saturdays.
It says, no single resolution will be satisfactory to all. I've received numerous calls and emails that are highly critical of Craig's actions, and I've received numerous messages of support. In such a polarized climate, our intent is to foster an environment where both environments can do well.
Yeah.
But old Craig, that's going to be tough to pull off in Indiana. Sorry, buddy. I got bad news for you. They're not going to understand the HBO aspect of it. They're not going to be able to get that. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us for sure at 77031. Take a little break. Our buddy Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game is on board. We'll talk some sports next. Stay tuned. You're listening to Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality and lowest price.
It's a stop-and-go ride eastbound on I-4 coming in from Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound busy, too, between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Authorities are working to clear a serious crash south on Goldenrod Road, just south of Valencia College Lane, taking up the right lane. Use 436 instead. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
You know, when I think about quality, I think about my friends over at Mossy Oak Fences, and right now is a beautiful new time for unfence from our friends at Mossy Oak Fence. And Mossy Oak Fence adds appeal and value to your home. More importantly, gives you that safety and security for your family, your kids, and your pets. And Mossy Oak sets the standard for quality. They give you the best warranty in the business by far, and we are talking premium quality custom fences built to last, just like the one they built for me. That's simply amazing. Tons of different materials and great craftsmanship make these unbeatable fences. Call or visit mossyoakfences.com. That's where your family's safety and security is their number one priority. It's easy. mossyoakfences.com.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
As we age, we tend to slow down. But not anymore. The Aviv Medical Program is your chance to reclaim the brain and body functions that keep you going and getting the most out of life, like memory, attention, stamina, and more. And when you add the new Aviv Golf Performance Program, you can target your treatment to stay on par. For more benefits, both on and off the green, call 352-358-AV-IV.
Hey, Mario Lopez here, and unfortunately, COVID cases and new variants are on the rise yet again. So if you're experiencing symptoms, if you've recently traveled, or you're planning on traveling for the holidays, get a no-cost patient COVID test at covidclinic.org. They have locations throughout the state with rapid result testing also available. Just visit covidclinic.org and find a location near you. It is super easy. It is fast. That's covidclinic.org.
The holiday savings continue at International Diamond Center with special zero-interest financing now through Christmas Eve. Everyone's loving this because it's easy to splurge. Just pick any item at IDC, get the guaranteed best price, and spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest charges. And yes, this includes all engagement rings from our exclusive world-class designers. Rings you can't find anywhere else. Imagine a $12,000 designer ring with a GIA certified diamond for just $200 a month, or an $8,000 designer ring, just $134 a month with nothing down. You can even finance the sales tax. For this holiday season, IDC is proud to offer our largest selection ever of hand-picked GIA Forever Mark diamonds in every shape and size. Is this the year you upgrade her diamond? Don't miss the year's best chance to splurge and make someone you love very happy on Christmas morning. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations. On approved credit, details at shopidc.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And don't miss out. Ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine, faster downloads, more streaming. The possibilities are endless. That's more speed, and you'll save hundreds over AT&T. Plus, ask how to score a 5G phone on us when you switch. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Ends 12/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares monthly service charge for Xfinity 600 megabits per second to AT&T 500 megabits per second, each with one unlimited mobile line for a year as of 10/6/21. Reduced speeds up to 20 gigabytes of mobile usage.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Discover the beauty and history of Europe with Norwegian. Book your 2022 Europe cruise today with Norwegian and enjoy 35% off. Plus, take all free offers including free open bar, free specialty dining, free air, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Fence Outlet's Fence in a Box saves you money on a gorgeous aluminum fence for as low as $2,571. Get all the materials to complete an average backyard of 120 feet with a gate included. They make it so easy. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. If you are in an accident, take pictures of everything. The damage, the roadways, and the other drivers, and call the police. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you.
Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
Mortgage rates are still at record lows. Don't miss out. Visit homeloansradio.com and get a free quote.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like it when you watch.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Broadcasting from beautiful Maitland, Florida, with a gorgeous view of I-4 and surrounding retention ponds. I'm
Lovely.
Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is, and so is Ross. Every Monday around this time, we invite our good friend Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game. He talks sports over there. But for a brief time, he comes in our studio and talks with us. Brandon, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. You lied about I-4, but other than that, everything's fine.
You can see a little bit of it.
Where?
You got to look really hard.
Where? You can't see I-4 from this window.
You can hear
it's
it.
on
And
the
for
other
me,
side.
The sight is like eyes.
I can see
like
RDV's
ears.
Sportsplex.
Is it that you're upset with me because I swept the football pool this week? Is that what you're upset?
I finally had a really good week, and then I look at the standings, and you're unbeaten.
Yeah.
I got 11 out of 13, which is a great week, and it didn't even matter. I can't win in this pool that Jack roped me into.
13 out of 13.
I would say that I want my $100 back, but I just won $100 in our holiday raffle.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
That's right,
our holiday work raffle.
So did Ross. Ross is like, God, you guys.
Ross, have you noticed that people around the building kind of look at you different? Like people are looking at me like I'm like I won the lottery.
Yeah.
So I've got to bring this up because I thought you have to understand. I've ran into Jim hunches for the last several years. He'll say something I'm like absolutely ludicrous. I wait a week, and gosh darn it, he nailed it.
Gosh darn it.
You went ahead and called out the fake slot.
And in the pros, you just can't give a quarterback that kind of juice. Because eventually somebody's going to get really hurt because that corner or that safety is going to go, hey, man, I thought the guy was going to slide. I didn't know if he was faking it, so I just took his head off. Sorry, my bad.
Roll the tape. I'm fine with them changing the rule.
Are you
Absolutely
really doing this?
fine with that.
It feels like you are very defensive.
You were saying that we should go ahead and this should be punitive before it's a penalty.
Let me ask
I was
you guys.
saying let's just wait. Let's wait a minute.
Would you listen to that opinion, their opinion of somebody who did not miss a guest this weekend in the NFL? Which would you think
First
would
of
have
all-
more provenance? A guy who went 13-0 or a guy who went 11-2?
Now, I mean, it's cute that you're winning these pools
Yeah.
where you don't
Ew.
where you're picking games straight up
that's
like
what
a
pros do.
third grader.
That's what pros do.
On my real sports talk radio show that I host, I pick games against the spread. I'm picking against numbers.
Take
Would
that,
you like
Colbert.
to venture a guess over the last 3 weeks at what your boy Brandon Kravitz's record is over the last 3 weeks of picking games against the number?
Yeah. You mean the oppressive nature
Go ahead.
of bookies?
Tell me.
I don't know. What?
That'd be 15-3.
15-3. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like 4-7.
15-3
15-3.
against the spread.
Quick question, Jimmy. You've picked every game from Thursday through Sunday.
Every game, yeah.
But it's not over yet.
It's not over there. It's tomorrow. There's a game tonight.
So there could be a blemish on your...
There could be a blemish. I did take Arizona tonight.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank
Right.
you.
I did take Arizona tonight. Very good. I mean, you got to find out anyway, right? So I took Arizona. I think most people did. Did you take the Rams tonight?
I took the Rams, but I might have to change my pick. I just found out that Jalen Ramsey, their top corner, is going to be out. Their tight end Tyler Higbee is out, and
Against
Daryl
that
Henderson,
quarterback?
their
What
starter,
could possibly happen?
their starting running back might be out also. So
Okay.
they
Felt
are
like it, but-
COVID. They're COVID ravaged, and things are starting to look like they are more and more in the favor of the Arizona Cardinals, who are already the favorites to win this game, and they won the last time they played back in Week 4, 37-20.
And let me remind you that Matt Stafford plays for the Rams. And Matt Stafford has the same problem that Jameis Winston and Matt Ryan have. They look great in uniform, and they throw for a lot of yards, but they don't win, and they take that culture everywhere they go. The same reason that Jameis Winston turned the New Orleans Saints into the old Bucks is the same reason that the Rams kind of look a little bit better than the old Lions. It's the same guy.
Got it.
And that's why I don't bet on Stafford. He just has too many up and down games, man. I just can't. I don't know when he's going to throw 3 picks or 3 TDs. That's the problem.
I mean, they are 8-4. It's not like the guy. It's not like
terrible.
he's sub 500
But they
this
have a
year.
great football team around him. I mean, that was the whole thing of him going there, right? That's why it was
Absolutely.
a complete no-brainer for that guy. So what else is out there in the NFL? It's kind of interesting because now the cream and the health is starting to rise to the top. The teams that look impossible to beat, the Cardinals, the Patriots look incredible when you throw in Bill Belichick. It's like having an extra player on the field. Who else looks really good out there right now? Dallas seems to be looking okay. Some interesting stuff happening in the NFL.
I think the Kansas City Chiefs are right back on top of the heap. They beat the Raiders 48-9, and their defense. I mean, they had already won. They won 5 straight going into that game yesterday, and people have been kind of sleeping on the Chiefs because it's their offense that's been lagging. But it's their defense that's been playing well, so it kind of throws you off when you're trying to analyze Kansas City. Yesterday, it all came together. Their defense played great, held the Raiders to 9, and their offense exploded. They scored 48 points. That's a scary team. I think right now in the AFC, it's 2 teams that you can really trust, Kansas City and New England. Big shocker there. Yeah. They've been the class of the conference for the last several years. Buffalo proved yesterday. I mean, they can't run the football.
They can't.
They are a one-trick pony, and that one trick is really talented in Josh Allen. But the Bucs exposed them yesterday, so I can't go with them. The Ravens, I can't trust them as far as I can throw them.
That's the biggest sham in the NFL.
Absolutely,
the biggest sham in the NFL is the Baltimore Ravens. They're terrible.
Let's give credit credit to why they're shammy is they are the most by far injury. Is that a word? The most injury ravaged team in the NFL, and even their quarterback now is banged up with an ankle sprain in Lamar Jackson. So they've got their reasons why. It's not that they're not well coached. It's not that they don't have talent. It's that they just don't have the players anymore. Same thing with the Titans. I mean, the Titans were looking a little bit fraudulent, but they were also proving you wrong. And I had that opinion all year. Then they lose Derrick Henry, and you're like, well, now they're really frauds.
Yeah, they don't have anything. Now,
right.
Once you expose one side of the equation, and going into the Cleveland when it was Cleveland-Baltimore, I didn't even pause to choose Cleveland in that game because Baltimore doesn't look good on defense, which is really weird to me considering how they built that franchise as a defensive franchise with mediocre quarterbacks. I mean, they really have. I mean, quarterbacks don't put up a lot of yards in the air. And man, I'm just telling you, I just thought that they were there for the taking, and they were. I mean, the teams I can't figure out San Francisco.
San Francisco's white hot right now. They're entering into that mix of teams that you don't want to play. In fact, I want to enter a third team in the AFC into that conversation. It's Patriots, Chiefs at the top of the conference, but the Chargers are not to be trifled with either. the way that Justin Herbert is playing right now. He had a 59-yard touchdown pass yesterday that was gorgeous, absolutely insane. I mean, he might be
flush out of the pocket and he makes it on the run, hits him in the numbers, running. I mean, with double defense, it was great. It was. I mean, the kid's good.
He might be the most talented quarterback in the NFL, and that's saying something because there's a lot of talent at that position right now. But the 49ers go on the road. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. They've now won 4 of their last 5 games, and they're in the 6th spot in the NFC, so they're going to go into the playoffs as one of those hot teams that nobody's trying to get in front of.
And, the weird thing with me is we see these quarterbacks come out, they'll play really well for a couple of years, and, Mahomes is one of these guys really for me. And we talk about this often. It's weird. You'll see him do very well for 2 years, and then the NFL takes over. Then, you go in the offseason, everybody goes into the cave, and they start studying. They start figuring out what these kids do because they're kids, and it's that repetition thing, and their mannerisms are young, so they're easy to read, and they figure people out. They're going to figure out Joe Burrow. He'll have a good year. I mean, he's still a great quarterback, but to me, I'm watching Burrow in 2 years. And watching that kind of thing happen when they start programming around all of that stuff, just like with Tua. Tua's the same way. I mean, they'll figure out. Kyler Murray went through the same thing as well for a couple of games. It seemed like he would go crazy, and then they would figure him out. I think all these young quarterbacks are going to go through that. The guys who have the resilience to kind of come back on the other end are the ones that are special. And I think your boy Tua may be one of them. I may have had him wrong. I may have been wrong on Tua.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful to hear you say that. Unfortunately, the Dolphins, who are one of the hottest teams in the NFL, had a bye week at the worst time.
Right, yeah.
This is not when you want it. Riding a winning streak like they are right now, you just want to keep playing.
Well, this late in the season, though, to get people healthy, it's not the worst thing ever to get them 2 weeks. Give a lineman to rest. But I don't know. I mean,
they
I know
do
what you're
get
saying.
the Jets next, so that's good.
Well, you said they got Kate going all the way out, right?
Pretty much. They do. They finished the year with the Patriots, so it's not cake all the way through.
Season ends next week? Is Tom Brady your MVP?
No doubt about it. Right now.
Yes.
Which would then make him the oldest MVP, breaking his own record in any sport.
Yes. He would be the oldest. So he's actually currently not the oldest MVP in NFL history. He is, I believe, the oldest MVP in NFL history is Peyton Manning at 37. I might have to go back and look at that. I think I posted something about that yesterday. Now that I'm mentioning it, either way, he'd be breaking that record by several years. You look at whether it's his own, where he might have won at 40 years old, but Peyton Manning won at 37 years old. And think of when Peyton Manning won MVP with the Denver Broncos, how old it felt like he was.
Yeah,
Brady's got 7 years on him.
And then that last year, Peyton Manning, I think the entire year he threw 2 spirals.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nobody. It doesn't look worse coming out of any other player's hand at that level.
Did you confirm, Ross? Did Brady win it at the age of 40?
He won it at 40, and then Peyton Manning won it at 37.
What's really, when you think about how crazy it is the fact that the guy looks like he can play till 45 without even thinking about it. He successfully avoids big hits.
Well, 45. We're looking at 50.
Yeah,
he's 44.
Oh, he's 44
He's
now.
44 years old, and there's just, not only is there not drop-off, in some areas he's getting better. He took off and ran yesterday.
I saw this. You both say you think
I'm
he's
like,
faster?
I legitimately think he's getting faster. He's
never.
I'm watching him sprint up the field. I'm like, Brady's never been that fast.
Never a speed dim. I think
it's crazy.
He and Phillip Rivers ran the same 40.
Who gets faster into their 40s?
Right,
That's not a thing.
Let's talk about the MSL real quick.
The what?
Or MLS. I'm sorry, MLS a little bit because you said you had a little something to say about these guys.
Well, I mean, I just think it's sad. It's just sad where this sport. It starts at the beginning of the year, and it has all of this interest, and at a local level around the country, it's kind of standalone alongside baseball. And then as the season goes along, as you get into the meat of the most important time of the year for MLS soccer, you're right up against the biggest sports in this country, NFL, college football, NBA. At the busiest time of the year, the championship game was over the weekend. Did anybody watch that?
Didn't even know it was on.
I did.
I also watched it. I watched it. It wasn't.
We're asking the wrong people here.
It wasn't destination programming for me. And here's a little hot take, and I know I'm not the only soccer fan that feels this way towards the MLS. Get rid of the playoffs. Scrap the playoffs. we're virtually the only league that is doing this.
But Americans are classically conditioned to want playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big problems outside of a number of issues, we were talking about this before the show, is how soccer runs professionally. The fact that your best players can leave at any given time for other assignments or whatever, the way that the players are traded, it's hard to even you're still trying to learn the game itself. And then when you get Americans love to attach to a player, we like to do that. But we don't really know a lot of them. Well, I mean, as a layman soccer fan, or even trying to get into it, it's just hard to do that when the athletes are kind of anonymous, and we know that the best athletes aren't playing here, even though it's the MLS in the United States. The best athletes go elsewhere to play, so we already know we're not getting the best possible product.
If your championship game is a footnote in the sports lexicon, then you're not growing. And MLS is growing in terms of franchise value. I think it's growing at a local level. It's nothing against Orlando City. I'm talking about the league at large is not going to enter into the regular sports conversation if people don't care about the championship. If your city isn't dying to get one of those, and when you do, you watch it. You watch it out of the pain of fandom that I want one of those, and this is this sports championship with the best players and the best teams playing at the highest level, and I want my team to get there. If you don't care about that, then you're never going to get to that point. And us as a country are not going to put MLS on that pedestal if we don't care about the biggest game of the year. And this happens every single year. Whatever they decide to do, I don't hate Ross's idea, just get rid of the playoffs. You've got to get your championship out of December. I mean, this is not the time to put your sport on a pedestal because nobody's paying attention to it at the stage here. Now, look, if Orlando City was in the championship, we'd all have a different opinion in Orlando. But for this sport to really turn the corner and to get past the plateau that it's hit, you've got to care about what happens outside of your market, and right now that's not the case for MLS.
Or they just have to come to the conclusion that this is what it's going to be in America until those generational players that we were talking about earlier, that choose soccer over Little League Baseball or Pop Warner football. And until that happens, in this country, it's going to be difficult to sell that on a major level. Even major, like NHL major. It's going to be hard to create even that kind of audience, simply put, because in this country, again, it's Pavlovian. It's either baseball, basketball, or football. Hockey even is sectional or regional for us in the country. So it's going to be difficult until those families who have chosen soccer over the other major sports in our country are even an okay percentage of that pie.
Yeah, and I don't know when that changes, when that pivot happens, because we've heard about the growth of soccer for decades now, and there are a lot of numbers that point in the direction of soccer's growing in a good at a good rate. But if you just look at the numbers of the MLS Cup over the last couple of years, at its best does less than one game in the Stanley Cup final.
Right, yeah.
One in a series where you go to 7 games potentially.
And all your best players get shipped. I mean, again, I can't tell you, you can't keep the best players in this country. If you want to play on you want to watch golf, you watch the PGA Tour. It's the best players in the world primarily are playing at those events. And the same thing, NFL, baseball, basketball, all the best players are right here.
That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah,
Two things, Brandon is right of saying that soccer is on the rise here in the States, but you're also looking at a league that is 2 decades. I think it was in the 90s when it started.
Yeah, mid-90s.
And then you're going against the NFL that is born in the States for how long?
Well, the baseball's been around since the 1800s. NFL has been around since the early 1900s. And NHL's been around, I think, since the early 1900s.
And that's your reason why. That's going to take a long time for MLS, for United States soccer to be putting up, NFL numbers. Also, you are getting your wish because next year, to get away from the World Cup on scheduling wise, you will not have the MLS Cup final in December.
Well, and even better,
good.
Somebody just sent in here and said, by the way, Clemson won the NCAA National Championship in soccer this weekend. Anybody hear about that?
Well, I mean, but that's, that's a difference.
Well, kind of. I mean, Clemson just 2 years ago had the best football team in the nation, did they not? I mean, it's not like we pay attention to all these programs, but even at University of Florida, I've known for years Florida's dominant in football for sure. But look at their basketball program a while back under Billy what's-his-face.
Yeah, Donovan.
Billy Donovan. And then look, and their golf team was incredible. Their baseball team is incredible. I mean, but the thing is you pay attention to all the news that comes out of University of Florida, maybe Notre Dame, USC, those big schools.
Yeah, but we haven't been told from the not that there's a commissioner of college soccer that the league is on the rise to. We never cared about that. The MLS has been steadily rising in popularity, and it's hit this plateau. And that's why I think I don't know what it solves to call it out, but I think it's just interesting to me to see that popularity for that sport is growing so rapidly, yet popularity for that league and the biggest game that league plays all year long is flat.
Yeah.
How those two things go together, it doesn't, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't see us turning around and caring a whole lot about college soccer anytime soon, though.
No, I know. It's just
MLS has a chance, and I think it's frustrating if you're an MLS fan that you have to hear conversations like this. But this is the reality of your sport right now.
And I agree with it, but I also am not going to deny reality. When my other favorite soccer team, Liverpool, was created in 1892.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's no question. Those are institutions, and MLS has been around for 20 years. It's a little different,
Of course it is.
All right, 407-916-1041. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Always good seeing you.
The same. This segment brought to you by Certified Financial Group. Certified Financial Group, always on your side with 12 certified financial planners all under one roof. Their mission, their goal, their standard is to put you first. You can find them online at financialgroup.com or dial pound 250. Say the keyword certified planner. Start planning for tomorrow today.
Thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Brandon Kravitz, you can hear him every day at 3 o'clock, 96.9 The Game. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Secured Roofing and Restoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this week is going to remain on the warm side. We're going to have a busy easterly flow coming in off the Atlantic, which means a couple of stray showers possible each afternoon, just like what we saw today. Overnight, the low 66. Tomorrow, the high 79. Becoming breezy, the chance for rain 20%. 75 on Wednesday, a busy breeze off the Atlantic, gusting over 25 miles per hour. Thursday, back up to 80 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
Man, when your AC goes out in Florida, you better beware. I don't know if you noticed, but it's 83 degrees outside today and almost the dead center of December. That is why you need Mills Air ready to go for you at all times. In business since 92, 29 years. That's right, 29 years of experience in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool. Their techs are awesome people, the nicest guys ever, and they're knowledgeable as well. They know all the brands. You don't even have to worry about what kind of AC you have. They can fix it. Chances are they have the parts with them ready to fix it right then. Not to mention, they're Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. Call to schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Ugh, without sports, there are no excuses. That honey-do list is looking me right in the face.
I know what you mean. I couldn't go another weekend without putting up the fence for the kids to get outside. I've got 2 words for you. Fence Outlet.
At Fence Outlet, we know the DIY struggle is real, and that's why we created Fence in a Box. Wood, vinyl, or aluminum fencing. In stock or ready to pick up or deliver. Order now. Have your yard, kids, and pets protected this weekend. Visit fenceoutlet.com.
Now is the time to save thousands below retail on thousands of in-stock cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans at off-lease only. This is your chance to drive away in an incredible deal and save thousands under Kelley Blue Book on the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles. No matter what car you're looking for, Off Lease Only has options for you to choose from, with nearly every make and every model, and they're all priced thousands below retail. So don't pay more. Choose from the freshest inventory that's arriving daily, and your trade-in is wanted. It's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. With financing available for both good and bad credit, you can get pre-qualified online now at offleaseonly.com and leave the stress behind. Find peace of mind with no haggling, no negotiating, no pressure, and no hidden fees. Shop online at offleaseonly.com or call 407-222-CARS or take a test drive at their massive state-of-the-art location just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
The best home and property improvement you can make is solar. Sunshine is free. It can power your home and even heat your pool. With SolarSource, trade your electric bill for a new lower solar payment and start saving immediately with no money down. You'll even get a 26% tax credit on the purchase price. SolarSource has been the #1 contractor in Central Florida for 38 years. Get your free quote today. Visit solarsource.com. That's solarsource.com. When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.
Tobacco-Free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, giving you up, giving you up. I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke. I'll never come back to smoke. I'll never come back. I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. I need help with indoor air quality.
This call is being recorded so that we can make fun of you at the company Christmas party.
Okay. Well, my house is so stale and stuffy. Can you help?
For basic air filters, press 1.
No, I want a proper indoor air quality solution.
Oh, well, those are complicated.
I know. That's why...
Terribly sophisticated equipment, that.
I can't believe... This would never happen with Frank Gay.
Frank Gay? They're good with the indoor air quality stuff.
Really?
Should have called them straight away. Although we are cheaper. Only you get what you pay for.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need indoor air quality, you deserve an expert. Professional-grade filtration and advanced technology for healthier air quality that smells great and keeps your family breathing easy. That's the Frank Gay way.
Have you considered just living outside, in a tent?
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com. Do your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first box, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dinovite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you'll want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Notice the way everyone throws around the F word on the radio today. Suddenly, everyone's a fiduciary. The truth is, only certified financial planners are required by their certification to work with clients as true fiduciaries. For more than 40 years, CFP professionals at Certified Financial Group have been providing financial planning and investment advice for a fee to countless families throughout Central Florida, and we have 14 of them. So if your planner has not been certified, or you simply want a second opinion, go to financialgroup.com. That's financialgroup.com. Certified Financial Group, where we're planning tomorrow, today.
Management for a fee through Certified Advisory Corp., a registered investment advisor.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by The Original Mattress Factory.
Real Radio is on Instagram because why wouldn't we be? You know what? Don't answer that. At Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Jim Colbert Show Live or JimColbertLive.com. Go to there. You can see we just got puppies, my wife and I. Just got a couple dogs. We were looking for one, and why not buy two, I guess. I don't know how it happens.
Twice as nice.
I actually stood up this morning. I was like, how does this happen? How does this happen? My wife is the greatest negotiator that ever lived.
They'll entertain each other, right?
Yeah, Sadie and Sammy. They're Shorkies, which is a mixture of Shih Tzu and Yorkie.
How big do you expect? Because they can't weigh 1 pound.
Well, the
right
one
now.
is the runt. That's why we took her, because she was an underdog, no pun intended. But we took her, and that's Sadie. She probably weighs a little over 1 pound, but not much. And she's mean as hell, by the way, already. Just beats her big fat brother up. Brother Sammy.
You got to be tough when you're young,
That's
when
right.
you're small.
But there's a video of them walking down the hallway of my house right now. You can just see how small they are. The one looks so small, it looks fake.
They're so cute.
I mean, she is absolutely so tiny. And they're supposed to get between like 9 and 12 pounds or whatever, but I can't imagine. I mean, she's got a pretty good drive for her. She loves to eat. I know that. But I just can't imagine her getting much bigger.
JimColbertLive.com.
Yeah, JimColbertLive.com.
Should have named that small dog Napoleon.
Mm-hmm. It's a girl. I don't know that it would matter, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's a gender fluid name.
You know, I know that this is a short segment. I want to bring up something that happened at Ross's party. That was a fascinating thing. You know, every day you learn. You know, every day you just keep your ears open and pay attention, read a little bit. You can learn about some very interesting things. I learned about one of the most interesting things I've even heard probably for the last 2 or 3 years in the world of technology. You know, it's difficult to keep up with everything that happens, you know, especially if you're not immersed in that world. You know, if it's only part of your world, you know, you kind of get the glancing blows of information. If you're fully kind of immersed, like Code Black, and I know that Jack and Ross both love that kind of stuff, that, you know, maybe you've heard about a little bit more. And I found out this technology had been around for a little bit, but I did not know it even existed. And it's genuinely fascinating.
Well, as soon as
Bluetooth?
No, not Bluetooth, you douchebag. Great joke. I got to give you credit for that.
Is it AIM?
No.
You've got mail.
So
A
as soon as
messenger.
I introduce this person, because it's a job, it's someone's job in their career.
Yeah.
As soon as I introduce that individual to you, I realize it's like, oh, Jim's not ready for this.
Yeah, I was not. Did you see my jaw was hanging open the entire time she was talking, because I'd never heard of this. And when I knew I was kind of out of it a little bit, I mean, a few other people at the party were sitting around. They had heard of it.
Yeah.
And since your brother was there as well, you know, it kind of mixed in the conversation with him. So it was really cool. We'll talk about that at the top of the hour. I did want to ask you something regarding dogs, since we just got ours. You can see them at JimColbertLive.com. You know, that docking the ear thing is coming back now, where you cut the ears to make the ears stand up. So I think there's a group out there that is trying to get that stopped, where you can't do that at all. It's called ear docking. Is that what it's called?
It's ear cropping and tail docking.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And basically what it is if you've seen it, there's a new breed of dog. Not new breed of dog, but a dog making a big splash on social media because it looks like a demon. It's called is it a Cane Corso?
Oh, Cane Corso. Those are big dogs, but yeah, they have that kind of Doberman.
It's a
when they do the
Doberman slash
cropping.
Mastiff kind of looking thing with a big, huge bulldog head.
Yes, they're
and
huge
It looks like
dogs.
what you would protect the gates of hell with.
Yeah,
like if you
literally.
get a black Cane Corso, but their ears aren't supposed to be like that.
No.
They like have Mastiff ears, kind of floppy ears, but that doesn't make them look menacing if you leave them like that. I know people did Dobies like that for a long time.
And a lot of times they still do.
With the ears down, it just looks a little sad.
Yeah.
But with them up, they look evil.
Oh, yeah.
And when you see the ear down, you see how much of the ear flap they have to take off.
It's a lot.
In order to get that kind of cauliflower look, like you've been in the cage a little too long.
But I'm with Jack. I think they basically want the dog to look menacing 24 hours a day, right? The whole idea of doing the ears like that, it's to make the dog look mean all the time.
Well, I think that's the person projecting. I mean, obviously, if they're a Cane Corso, their size alone is going to make them menacing. And I think it's a disservice to the breed because then they end up looking like a bully breed.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. It kind of changes them. But, I mean, even with my dog, though, Ross, even with Dexter back in the day, God rest his soul, I mean, did Dexter, was he ever menacing to you as a big dog?
Baby.
Yeah, no, he was not menacing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's also because I saw you interact with the dog, but if I'm just like walking.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a little bit different because he's so big,
this
150
dog
or 60
turns
pounds.
the corner going, give me all your money.
And
You're going to give him all your money.
And these dogs, like these Cane Corso dogs, look like dogs that my dog wouldn't have blanked with.
Yeah,
I mean, you would cross the street because these dogs just look like gang members.
Look at the size of a Cane Corso's head next to a fully grown man's head.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
they're
like 230,
huge.
40 pounds.
I like floppy
do
ear
too.
dogs, man. They're fun.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that. I mean,
they'd also probably dock the tail as well.
Yeah, they're trying to get that. They're trying to get that turned into. I'm trying to think of the word. Designated as abuse.
Well, I know most vets won't declaw cats anymore.
It's the same thing. Why people do a lot of the things, and sometimes you can see with firearms, you can see with animals, with exotic animals, they see it as an extension of themselves and how they see themselves.
Oh, so if you have a dog and you crop its ears up or dock its ears or whatever.
That dog is tough, that therefore, by proxy, I'm tough.
It's just like why it's so difficult to get men to neuter their dogs.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Really?
Yes. So ask.
I'm doing mine tonight.
I bet the vets and vet techs will start texting in at 77031. But yeah, because I can't do that to my boy.
Oh no, I don't have any.
Man, I can't do that to my boy.
Nope, I don't think I don't look at it that way. What I look at it is like, I don't want any more of these.
And
I want a long life, so I don't want you jumping fences. I don't want you chasing after that female that's 5 miles away in heat, and we live in the city. I don't want you to get cancer of the reproductive organs.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them is simple, aesthetic purposes, while the other one has some solid reasoning of, warping said animal.
That is kind of weird. Why do they even allow that? I mean, if I did that to my dog if I did that at home, they would throw me in jail, but I could take it to somebody and have him cut his ears off like that, and that's fine.
Well, yeah, because they don't trust you.
Maybe so. That's not the point. The point is that it was done. Like, regardless of how it was done, I mean, it seems abusive.
I am not one who likes ear cropping or tail docking for aesthetics.
Oh my God, I should do it to the little dogs. Wouldn't that be?
You sure these aren't sexual moves?
Wouldn't it? No. Wouldn't it be the
I know
funniest?
docking would have you thinking it was something.
If I took a 1 pound dog in to have its ears docked or cropped or whatever, and just say, hey, look, I want this thing to look mean as hell. It's a pound.
It's with you. It's got all the mean it's ever going to need.
407-916-1041. All right, I'll come back. I'll tell you about this technology I heard about at Ross's party. It's pretty darn cool.
All right.
Talking on the radio, not your thing? You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. There's an easier way. It's called texting. 77031. Real mobile. It's real easy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, officials have cleared earlier problems on Goldenrod Road. There were 2 separate accidents there, but right now we're taking a look at your ride on I-4. We're still looking at a stop-and-go ride coming in from Polk County eastbound from U.S. Highway 27 up to 429 and also between Osceola Parkway and 535. It's also slow between the Beach Line and Sand Lake Road. Westbound slow, too, at Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
Man, with Rebath, let me tell you something. You're dealing with a national company, standards, policies, and procedures to make sure you get the job you paid for on time every time, and that's all they do over at Rebath. I've known Dave Denbauer now for 10-plus years. A great guy. Everybody who works there loves working for him and with him, and that's a great sign in itself. When the employees are happy, chances are the business is doing it the right way, and that's exactly what Rebath does. And all they do is bathrooms. So what they do is they come into your house, they use their design team and products, your ideas, they blend them together, and then they install what you picked out. It's really that simple. And to really get an idea of what you're talking about for materials, they have a showroom that shows you all of that. It's on 436 up in Altamont. It's right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. design, and they do have some models set up. And just know this, the models are just to show you what the products look like. All the designs from Rebath are one of a kind. It's no cookie cutter, one size fits all kind of bathrooms. These are all custom bathrooms with brands that you've known forever. Moen, Kohler, Toto, Birch Cabinetry. That's what goes in. These aren't chintzy bathrooms. They're beautiful. And by the way, when you go in the showroom, put your hands on that material, man. Feel that quality. It's all right there for you. And it's very easy. Just log on, rebathmidfla.com, look at the before and afters, and just picture that in your house. That can happen for you. Book your appointment today. It's rebathmidfla.com.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays with great deals for everyone. Like right now, you can get the perfect pairing, the new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. Perfect for our holiday cards.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And the perfect pairing is just the start. You can also get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The morning show isn't going to watch itself.
Hurry into T-Mobile this holiday season because both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can get the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods on us with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus because together we holiday. Only at T-Mobile.
Phone via 30-month bill credits and AirPods Gen 2 after rebate via prepaid card. For well-qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per account. Balance on required finance agreements due. If you cancel service, call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus renews at $4.99 per month after first year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates. But don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Get the cups with Tuesday coffee. Wah, wah, la, 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 la. Get the app and get free coffee. Wah, wah, la, 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 la.
This holiday season, Wawa Rewards members get any size coffee free on Tuesdays, including Wawa's warm and inviting Holiday Blend Hot Coffee or handcrafted Peppermint Mocha Iced Coffee. Get the Wawa app, sign up for rewards, and get free coffee Tuesdays. Happy holidays start at
Wah, wah, la, 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 wah, wah.
Holiday flavors are back at Wawa. Your favorite handcrafted beverages are available in the festive flavors of peppermint mocha, eggnog, and vanilla sugar cookie. From smoothies and milkshakes to hot lattes, frozen cappuccinos, and more, we'll make each one fresh with holiday cheer. Available all day, you can order ahead with the Wawa app, just in time for an afternoon pick-me-up. Treat yourself to a holiday handcrafted beverage at Wawa. Limited time only.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
To build a better tomorrow, we're making a bold new energy commitment to transform the energy grid, preventing thousands of outages, to add more renewables and advanced technologies like solar and wind as we drive toward net zero carbon, all while keeping the energy you depend on reliable and affordable. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
When the holidays really get going, I keep up with Dunkin's new Pancake Minis. 6 fluffy and delicious pancakes served with dipping syrup, packed and ready to go. During traffic, in the middle of shopping, even while making a costume for the holiday play. This season, I've got Pancake Minis to take on the holidays, wherever they take me, and a creamy white mocha hot chocolate to sweeten the season. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Mortgage rates are still at record lows. Don't miss out. Visit homeloansradio.com and get a free quote.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I am Jim. That is Deb.
Yo.
That is Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross is here as well.
It's all true.
Hey, man, if you want to get something from the show for Christmas, for a big fan, we've got it for you. It's the Jim Colbert Show Seasonings and Rubs. We have them at JimColbertLive.com. We'll send them out. I actually have a package ready to go tomorrow, another big one. So if you want to make an order today, we'll get it into the mail to you tomorrow. And if you're in Florida, it's going to get to you in a couple days. If you're out of the area, it'll take normal ground shipping times. But I'm telling you, this week, what's today, the 13th?
13th.
They're saying by the 17th. That if you don't have your packages in by the 17th, it's going to have a difficult time making it there. So if you did want to get some of the Spice Rub packages, order them this week. I'm going to make probably 3 mailings this week. Also, if you want to pick it up at Ace Hardware, we are restocking tomorrow morning. A couple of the stores we're getting thin.
Yeah.
But you can also walk right in and buy it at Tools Ace Hardware. There's 11 locations here in Central Florida. But I sent a package to California. Another one went to Hollywood.
Wow.
I get a lot of people who lived in the area and listened to the show for years, even Jim Phillips for years, and tune back in on the iHeartRadio app just to see what's going on, hear my voice, know that I used to be with the Monsters, which they listen to as well, and then have continued to tune in. So we're sending them out all over the place. But again, it's JimColbertLive.com. Get your JCS spices and rubs. They're really good, beef, chicken, and pork, and they have tons of applications, and I hope you grab one today.
Yeah, we're big in California.
Yeah,
in
we
California. That's my 3rd order to California. And for some reason, Tennessee is still the hottest state. Another 2 orders to Tennessee this week. So crazy. By the way, somebody texted in on the texting service. We were talking about docking ears.
Yeah.
And said that cane Corsos are, if you show a cane Corso as an AKC, like a register, that it has to have that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they won't even look at the breed if you don't do the ears like that.
It's just like why you can't show a dog that's been spayed or neutered.
That seems so counterproductive, though, because I mean,
it's the breed standard.
Yeah, but hold on for a second. So that's a surgery. If I spay or neuter it, I'm altering it, and they're not allowing that. But they'll allow me to cut its ears off.
Well, because
that's not natural.
There's no point in showing a dog that's been spayed or neutered because the whole point in getting a champion bloodline is for the stud or the bitch. So if you're not going to be breeding your animals, it doesn't make any sense to show them.
Damn.
But my issue with the AKC is I get that they're the American Kennel Club, but go after the puppy mills. Go after the places that is that
a hypocrisy?
To me, it is.
I mean, you're talking about, you can't show an animal because it's not in its natural state, after being altered with spaying or neutering, but yet you'll maul its tail and its ears, something that it doesn't naturally happen. I mean, is that crazy to me? I mean, am I the only one that thinks that's a complete and utter hypocrisy? I mean, are they supposed to kind of protect animals?
I mean, there's another thing, and we've had this guy on before in a intactivist.
Oh, yeah, intactivist.
And I can't help but think a lot about circumcision right now, of going like, I mean, that's not the most natural way, but we've been so grown accustomed to it. And
that's a
only in the
thing,
States. Yeah. Only in the States. Like in England and Europe, it is not as common as it is here. It's just as common.
Even for Christians, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's just as common to meet someone who isn't cut than who is. That's a much bigger American where you circumcise a baby boy like that.
See, I would also go ahead, bud.
The difference would be with circumcision, as an adult, you can speak to it, whereas the dog cannot.
Right, yeah.
Or
as a baby, you cannot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you can have a male adult who's been circumcised, then make a decision that, again, it's still another human being. It would be their child that would have an effect on. But it's just slightly different, but different nonetheless.
How does that not get as much attention as it does, considering the other social issues that get ass loads of attention in the States? Like that circumcision thing, the idea of forced circumcision, without, if the baby doesn't have a choice to choose its gender.
Right.
If it doesn't have that, and if people are keeping a baby's gender as a neutral thing until the baby can choose what it wants to identify as, how do you circumcise that same baby then?
Well, I mean, we can call the guy back up. He was very passionate. But I also remember a lot of people listening, texting service thought they didn't even deem it as serious.
What, you mean the circumcision thing?
Yeah, I mean, some people did, but other people just thought it was just a joke.
That exactly, that the intactivists are out there.
And that interview really opened up my eyes, and I've always heard that other side of the argument, and I've always thought, like, I mean, they're not wrong. There are pros and cons, but really, you can also deal with an uncircumcised penis.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I mean,
it's still usable.
It's very usable.
I think
weird. That was weird in my head.
It was done for health and cleanliness reasons, I believe, was where the big push to have it done on infant baby boys.
It wasn't it was not a religious thing?
It's religious if you're Jewish.
Right.
Okay, that's the religious aspect.
Right.
But in all other cases, generally, it's just about the
aesthetics.
No, from what my understanding is because there's a lot more care involved when you're not cut. And a lot of guys, if you're not prepared to do that extra care,
the cleaning
it can lead to a lot of other problems and infections. And then you end up having to have that same procedure done when you're older. And it's decidedly, from what I've heard, much more painful when you're an adult man and then have to be circumcised because of infection or cleanliness or whatever.
They put you under, obviously, right?
Well, they do, but then there's that post-op care that's fun when the painkillers wear off and it feels like,
Yeah, well, it feels like it's been cut off.
Right, that's
part of it.
That's what I've heard.
And I remember when we interviewed that guy, I'll never forget when he was like, "Babies have died from this, where the circumcision goes wrong."
Yeah.
Well, and I just thought, like, you would think that would be the end-all, be-all.
Yeah, for a while, though, in certain Jewish communities, it's pretty archaic, too, right? Like the tools they use and and it's done by a moil, is that
Well, a moil does it in that's a bris.
A bris, right.
So that's the ceremony where, the moil, and that's his job.
Right.
And then the baby gets a little
tool that does it, right? Just boom, and it's done. And
then they give the baby a little kerchief soaked in wine. As a bit of an analgesic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's something that parents should, consult with their doctors and decide and not just let happen.
I'm not quite sure how old this article is. New York Times, about 117 boys die every year.
Damn, really?
I know. And I remember that guy spitting that fact out, and I was like, no way.
From infection, basically? From infection, it has to be from infection. I mean, there's no way you could actually, I don't think you could kill somebody with, doing that unless they bled out. Or there had to be some kind of severe
clotting,
infection.
I mean.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, you're right. Maybe so. All right, 407-916-1041. So I wanted to talk about this thing that happened at Ross's party real quick because we can take some calls on it next and then go into the trivia with Ross Thoughts. And Stephen Kramer joins us a little bit later today. So I don't want to blow up who it was, but we were talking to somebody at Ross's party. I was just kind of finding out who everybody was because it was just, I was there with my wife, Jack and Naomi were there. And outside of Chase and Ross and Olivia, I don't really know that other side of their life and a lot of those friends. I've encountered them a couple times, and they're all wonderfully awesome people, by the way. You have a very good group of friends.
Yeah,
dude.
a lot of theme park performers.
You have a very cool group of friends that are also extremely interesting as well, and they can hold a great conversation. But we were talking about this one person's job, and this one person's job is this. This person is an avatar professionally.
What?
So, imagine this. You are trying to train somebody to deal with certain situations, high-pressure sales situations, HR scenarios, whatever the case may be.
And it's any case.
And it's any case, really, as long as a human who has a position over or with another human, as long as that happens in your business scenario, this technology would apply. So what they do is they create avatars that the new employee interacts with to learn what to and what not to do with interacting with actual humans before interacting with actual humans.
When did this become necessary?
10 years ago, this has been happening.
Yeah. Wow.
10 years. So let's say that, Jack, that we want to do a group study on how people listen to our radio show, which we kind of do now, but the technology is a lot older. And we had an avatar of a bunch of people, or an avatar, and we could use that avatar to ask questions to certain people without having that human-to-human confrontation, and more importantly, learning from the mistake before the mistake is made. Let's say I'm going in to sell a big thing. I take that person and I put that person as an avatar in front of another avatar that actually has a person running that avatar. So I go in, I go, hey, I'm Jim. I would like to sell you product A. And then the avatar says, oh, yeah, well, how much is your product going to be? And then I go, well, my product's going to be $150, whatever. And the avatar goes, I don't know. I think that's too much. The guy down the street can sell it for so-and-so and so on. And then it's supposed to teach you how to kind of sell. But there's actually somebody powering the image that's talking to you, and they're negotiating with you to teach you how to make mistakes and where you're going, what you're doing right, without spending that time in the field, possibly ruining relationships. And since you only get that one chance, that's just one aspect of it, but that's the part I took off the most because it's what we talked about the most.
And the whole avatar is controlled by an Xbox controller.
Right. So, like you and I, Jack, could be talking about your future here on the show or whatever. And I would be an avatar talking to you. And when you would ask me a question, this person who is running me, or whatever, would say, well, what about this? And you would interact, and I would go, oh, yeah, well, what about this? And you could create a dialogue that by the way, can get very chippy. The whole idea is to push you and kind of move you around to see how you react in certain scenarios. Fascinating. And apparently everybody does it. Like, all of these major companies have been employing technology like this for quite a while.
And it doesn't just stop, like, at sale. I mean, we are talking PTSD with soldiers of trying to get a therapist, getting ready for that conversation.
That's where I've heard of it being used, is in the medical field.
Yeah, I mean, you have exercises of, all right, fire this person.
Right.
And this is how we want you to fire them.
The one I brought up immediately was a bit morbid, Deb, but I was thinking of you at the time. And basically it was like, so you're telling me you can teach doctors how to tell family members that their family member has died? And she looked at me and she goes, that's exactly what I do. I have a doctor tell an avatar family that their family member has passed away. And then I react. I tell that, I can make that avatar do whatever I want, lose its mind, start crying, start screaming, start yelling curse words. And the doctor in training has to react to that avatar because it's an implied scenario that could happen down the road.
Left bumper, left trigger, YX, and then you're freaking out.
Up, down, Y. It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality and lowest price.
A slow ride continues eastbound on I-4 coming in from Polk County from U.S. Highway 27 to 429 and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, 29 between Sinclair Road and I-4, as well as south on the Turnpike between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. We're still in good shape on the 408. No reported problems on the Beach Line or 417. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, bring the fastest, most reliable internet and TV service to your residential community with Blue Stream Fiber. Your community deserves the reliability of a fiber optic network. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/bulk today.
WeAreNotTheBanks.com, direct mortgage lender. That's Don as the team. They sponsor our Jim Colbert Show question of the day. That's on Twitter at Jim Colbert Show. But back to our buddy Brad. He with WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They focus on mortgages, nothing but mortgages. It's whether it's refinancing the one you have or you're buying a new home. It's WeAreNotTheBanks.com for all your mortgage needs. Brad and the team handle all types of buyers, whether you're self-employed, investor loans, good credit, even bumps in your credit with all types of loans, because there are different types of loans, whether it's VA loans, conventional, FHA, jumbo loans of all sizes. You don't have to be an expert in what type of loan you need. Brad and the team at wearenotthebanks.com can help take you through the process. He did it for me several years ago. I had to refinance, and it let me know everything I needed every step of the way, and it closed in very quick time at a great rate, and I still benefit today from that. Rates are low right now. Might want to take advantage of it for all your mortgage needs. The website is wearenotthebanks.com, NMLS ID number 205696, equal opportunity lender.
Spectrum Business is proud to support small businesses with the best internet and phone services at the best value. But we want to do more. So now, for a limited time, get 1 month of services for free. That's right, 1 month on us. Get 200 megabit per second internet and business phone, and even TV, all free for 1 month, plus free installation. Call 855-757-4544 or visit spectrum.com/business today. Restrictions apply.
The IRS and state agencies don't wait till after the holidays to demand payment or take collection action. J. David Tax Law and our firm of experienced tax attorneys live and work in this community, and we are standing by to defend you or your business in any IRS or state tax debt. Helping people in our community is what we do. For that reason, we invite you to join us in our support of worthy local charities. In this season of giving, please consider donating to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, Cars for Our Troops, Dreams Come True, and the Ronald McDonald House. These organizations do a wonderful job for those in need. At J. David Tax Law, we believe strongly in being a responsible corporate citizen by providing funding to charities that support our community. We invite you to do the same, and we wish you and your families a happy and safe holiday season. If you have tax problems, call us now at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 for a no-cost consultation, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family. Working together to make vehicles more useful for their community, they've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients headed toward success. Visit firsthorizon.com/unstoppable to learn how unstoppable starts here.
You know how sometimes you're craving something sweet in the morning. Then other times you're craving something hearty in the morning. Well, Racetrack has all of that for you with their new waffle breakfast sandwich. This thing is awesome. Sweet with the waffles, then savory sausage, egg, melty cheese. And you ready for this? It's just $2.99. After that, stroll on over and get yourself a crazy good coffee. Freshly ground and freshly brewed right in front of you. Stop at a Racetrack today for whatever gets you going.
iHeartRadio's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas podcast is here, just in the St. Nick of time, and an immersive 3D audio featuring Elton John, Carrie Underwood, John Bon Jovi, and more.
'Twas the night before Christmas,
when all through the house,
not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas is also a visual podcast. Watch on the iHeartRadio app and experience eye-popping illustrations that bring the story to life. Or just say, Alexa, play the Night Before Christmas podcast. Brought to you by MetaQuest 2.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
I gotta tell you, the people at Fence Outlet were awesome. No games, just great prices. I called a couple other companies and they just were not helpful. And most of them had prices that were 20% higher than Fence Outlet. Plus, Fence Outlet had so many style options. The whole process was actually easy. And in no time at all, I had the fence I really wanted and my dogs could run free. Thanks, Fence Outlet.
See for yourself. Go to fenceoutlet.com. That's fenceoutlet.com.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
This is Danny Shapiro, host of Family Secrets. The thing about Family Secrets is that we all have them. I mean, everybody. The pod now has over 22 million downloads. It turns out so many of us can relate. I'm so excited to share 10 extraordinary stories with you. I hope you'll join me and my amazing guests for this new season of Family Secrets. This is our best season yet.
Listen and subscribe on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here.
I'm safe.
And so is Ross.
Because of me.
We have trivia coming up in about 25 minutes. Top of the hour, we'll do Ross Thoughts. And, of course, 6:20 today, Stephen Kramer will drop by. I don't know exactly what we're talking about with Stephen yet. We'll find that out here soon.
My brain broke.
How's that?
During the commercial break.
Why? What happened?
I was doing the read for We Are Not the Banks.
Oh, you got it? You froze solid?
Yeah, I was right up until the moment I was texting because they sponsored the Twitter poll. So I got the Twitter poll and I was writing the Twitter poll. I looked and it was time to start, and I'm still thinking about the Twitter poll about circumcision. And I'm like, I can't include that. And the two halves of my brain just said, no, we're done.
You should have heard him. He said, "We are not the circumcision." Oh, God.
They're going to be happy to hear that. That circumcision made it into their spot.
Anyway, if you want to vote, it's at Jim Colbert Show on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's already 100% no about banning it.
Yeah. I've never, again, I don't know. I know a few people who aren't, and they always say that a much bigger deal is made out of it than really needs to be made out of it. But, again, they don't, I guess they don't know any other reality. And I've not heard one person who wasn't uncircumcised, lament and say, oh, man, I wish, What's the latest you can get it done?
I think you can do it till, you are wrinkly.
Really?
Well,
I believe so.
But as Deb says, it's a bit more traumatic at an older age.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit easier if you're in your 70s. Right?
Yeah.
No, I can't imagine that.
You're easier. It's easier to cut.
Do you think this
your arm or something on a door hinge?
Do you think the stigma thing is just mostly because women? Because do women freak out about how that looks? Like, is that a thing with women about like how it looks when it's uncircumcised?
I don't know.
Tell us, Deb.
Because it's so rare in the States that you're not really that exposed.
Right, yeah.
Whereas if you're in Europe and England, you're going to run into a lot more uncut guys.
Right.
I will go out on a limb and say yes. I think
probably.
I think more times than not, out of the two options, circumcised or uncircumcised gets more jokes and more funny statements.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's built on it having a stigma of some sort. Though, right? I mean, the idea of it being joked about is because
it looks different, and it's not something.
I think it also boils down to a numbers game. It's a minority here, I think, in the States.
But I mean, would that change the game? Now, I'm not asking because I don't know. But would that change the game for many women? You think, Deb? Like if they went out with somebody and they really liked somebody, and then they found out they were uncircumcised, and maybe just attraction-wise, it didn't fit their eye. Would it be? Would it be?
Well, it's
that...
not supposed to fit your eye.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Come on now.
That was even too easy for you.
Come on now.
You should be ashamed of yourself a little bit for a second.
No, I'm no take that low hanging fruit.
But
no pun intended.
Would you make that decision? Could you see somebody doing that and say to themselves, this dude is really, really everything, but I just can't get past that aspect of it.
Well, someone, a couple of texts have come in to 77031. Only American women freak out about intact men because, again, we're not exposed to intact men. It's generally not an option in the U.S. healthcare system. It's automatically, I would assume, I'm not a parent, but I would assume as parents of a baby boy that assumption would be made that your baby's going to be circumcised.
So is it even bad to say that word then? Because you keep saying intact. I mean, so instead of saying uncircumcised, is it more proper to say intact? Like, is that a thing?
To be honest, I don't know.
Intact requires more explanation because you need more context to know what's necessarily intact.
I'm
Uncircumcised,
an intact male.
That says it all.
I usually say intact. That's usually like in the dog world,
Yeah.
Is he intact? Now, someone texted us, my perspective is totally different. I worked in nursing homes for 7 years. A lot of elderly men opt to get the surgery because of hygiene issues and chronic infections.
Back to Ross's bad joke. It turned out to be true.
Is it really that difficult to do, though?
I don't believe it is.
But if you shower every day, here, let me just stick with me here. I am circumcised. All right, so
Right.
I mean, like when I shower, if I was intact, if I was not circumcised, it wouldn't be like I'd be like, oh, it's Wednesday. It's time to wash it, time to peel it back and wash it. I mean, it would be like every single day.
Right.
It would go through a whole thing. But I mean, it doesn't seem to be that much more complicated other than the obvious, just make sure it's clean. But I mean, you shower, man. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Like what I'm trying to figure out is what's the infection? Like what infection are you getting? I mean, is it just because you're not cleaning it?
I don't know, but I love this texter who said, leave my wizard sleeve alone.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Can we show title?
Yeah.
I get that argument of like, so we get rid of that not more times than not here in the States, not because of religion, just because we're a little lazy.
Yeah.
Like we're like, I don't want to scrub everywhere.
Well, because, for parents, probably being told when they're little boys, they're not the cleanest. It's hard to get them to brush their teeth sometimes, much less have to do that extra level of care.
See, and somebody like I would think because I have one. I know what the skinned around it feels like. Some of it's sensitive, some of it isn't.
Well, apparently, if you were left intact, that part would have been 10 times more sensitive than what you have right now.
Well, I mean, I don't need that. I mean, trust me. I mean, what's happening now is almost too much if you feel me. I mean, but
whatever.
Do I need to be faster at it?
Yeah, however long, divide that by 10, and that would be your new.
Oh, great. So 30 seconds instead of 60.
If that's the math, can I have more taken off?
Well, someone else just texted, my son was born in 2008. He is not circumcised. I had to request that he not be circumcised. So I think we're still in American healthcare, that assumption is probably still being made for parents of baby boys instead of it really being a question of choice.
So I would think that if you're going to have a child and it's male and you're going into going in to have the child, is that something that every hospital asks now? Outside of, I maybe outside of hospitals that deal specifically with people who are Jewish.
Well, this person who texted us said that they had to request that he not be circumcised. So I would think that if you're going in to have your baby, that's definitely, if you have strong feelings about circumcision and you want your son left intact,
right?
That's not something you're just going to assume. You'd almost want to make sure, hey, I do not want my son circumcised.
Yeah, I would certainly want to make that sure. And I mean, and now,
because it's so second nature.
And I would think now that the gender identity thing that seems to be happening now, or at least getting more attention now, that would make that decision even more complicated, right? Because if you're having a male, and
then just leave the baby intact.
Just leave it intact?
Leave the baby intact and let the baby decide when the baby is old enough to decide how they want their body to look and function.
Let the dog ears flop.
Let it flop, man.
Okay. So, but isn't that worse for the child, though? Okay, so if we're waiting for a child at 10 or 12 years old to tell their parents what they identify as, regardless of what they were given biologically, that would be more painful, right? Because if it's a male and they decide that they want to be male still, but now they want to be circumcised, so now they have to go through that at 10, 11, 12 years old.
Someone had texted us earlier and said they're from the Philippines, and that is the age when they were circumcised, was 12 years old.
And you're going to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not going in for a checkup. I wonder what's the recovery on that? I mean, you would think that skin would heal pretty quickly. I mean, I've nipped myself with
zipper or two.
Yeah, well, no. You shave down there, sometimes you nip. It heals up pretty quick, though. Not fun. Not fun.
No, but I think
that pinch goes a mile. By the way, that little pinch goes a mile.
Oh,
it hurts. All right,
only a guy would think a pinch equals a mile.
407-916-10.
Down there? Absolutely. Yeah. That's an Amazon distance.
Yeah. I think what she's saying is they have babies and whatnot. So a little circumcision doesn't seem like you're passing a cantaloupe.
No, but I mean, still, it would be painful. I would like to think that in the states that maybe we'll get away from automatically doing that.
Doing what? Automatically
circumcising babies.
Who's this on line one, buddy? My phone screen is messing.
That is Patricio.
Hey, Patricio, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. You guys are talking about a subject that's, well, sensitive to me because I am uncircumcised.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what makes it, just real quick, let's stop right there. What makes it sensitive for you?
Well, it's covered, so it's not really that sensitive.
Okay.
But no, it's I've only, in my experience, of playing around with the opposite sex, only had like one mild freak out. And it's like, oh wow, you're uncut, and I say yes. Okay, well, you good to go? Yes, and you're good to go. But I never felt in any way, shape, or form like different because my captain still wears his cap to the table.
Yeah. Now, was that, just out of curiosity, this is just something you had to live with from a child. Did you talk to your mom about the decision to not do that to you, or was it a religious thing, or, how did that come about?
She just didn't see and my mom's in the medical field and really didn't see the need for me to have a circumcision. Of course, it got brought up when, I'm like, Mommy, why does my wee-wee look different than everyone else's? And she's like, if you want to go and get a circumcision, we can do it. But you guys were talking about it. The recovery time is anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. And if you get an erection after the circumcision, it is the worst pain a man could go through.
Oh, come on now, buddy. Wow. Imagine that. Thanks, Patricio. I appreciate that very much, buddy. And by the way, thanks for all your support on social as well. You're a good dude.
I wonder if they give you medicine to
avoid
prevent
that?
Yeah.
I would think they would tell you to avoid all thought.
Yeah, but what if you can't?
You
can't.
You ruined it right there. Once you tell me not to think about it, I'm going to start thinking about it.
It's exactly right. Hey, whatever you do, kids, don't touch that candy bowl.
No.
Right? Oh.
Hey, if you do, it's going to cut the skin off your penis.
Also to the person who texted and said, why is it called female mutilation when you do it to a woman, whereas circumcision when you do it to a man?
Well,
the difference is circumcision is about health and cleanliness. Female mutilation is about taking away the ability to feel any sexual pleasure.
Yeah.
So all of her physicality is
gone.
literally cut away.
With a sharp rock.
In some cases, yes, or with a dirty old razor blade.
Yeah, right. All right. Jessica, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, so this is basically my ex-husband had it done when we were together and he was 21 years old.
Ow.
I'm not fond of the man now, but I would not wish this on any man. The young man that just chimed in prior about the recovery time, it was horrible. Watch out if he gets an erection and the stitches pop. It's just so much involved between cleaning and disinfecting. And you know what happens when you get a cut and you tell your kids, like, jump peroxide and they're screaming? Just to clean it, it was a disaster. He was walking with a cane.
Walking with a cane?
Well, yeah, you can imagine.
A cane?
Yes.
It turned him into the Monopoly Man? A pimp?
He was a 6'3", average big guy, not overweight, not nothing. But because when you guys are walking and your legs and everything is between your legs hanging and now it's bandaged up and you got to walk with your legs a little bit kind of bow-legged, it was a horrible thing.
Yeah, hard pass. No, thank you. Hey, what made him do it at 21?
Well, there's a little bit of a discrepancy in the believing of this. His mother said it was because of me. Which, that was not the truth. I was fine with it because I was with him 7 years prior to the surgery.
You see where the divorce came from. Yeah, we know. You don't say.
I think it went more towards the cleanliness because, to put in perspective, when you have babies and they have big rolls and you got to move the rolls to clean inside, that's what it's like when they're not uncircumcised and they're not, like, careful in cleaning it.
Great talking to you, Jess. All right, but we're going to go now.
This
has been a great talk, Jess. It really has.
The dinner out.
Yeah, we're just going to...
The guy can't have an erection, and that must be such an odd paradox of like, oh, yeah, I'm really,
Right, yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
That's a rock and a hard place. That's not, guys. That's no.
come on,
it wasn't even. You get your mind out of the gutter.
William, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the
Leave
show.
those for me and Deb.
I didn't do it.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, buddy. What's up?
I was calling in about circumcision. My parents adopted me over here to the States at age 3 from Germany, and my pediatrician at age 12 decided to tell my parents the best thing for me is to get circumcised. So the following day we came back, and I remember I wasn't put to sleep or anything like that. They gave me, I think, 4 injections and peeled the apple.
Oh my God!
Holy sweet Mary, Mother of God!
Righty then.
Exactly.
Is there any reason why you specifically went with apple?
Well, that's a healthy shirt, right?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. God Almighty. Everybody's sitting a little lighter in their seat on the way home today.
I like how Deb doesn't even have one, and she's like, "Damn,
yeah.
Yeah, man, because that's.
Well, I mean, again, I think I do think there's a kind of still a stigma sexually for a lot of women who don't want or don't find that attractive.
I just
here's the thing: if you send that as a D pic, I mean that's not you know what I'm saying. I mean it's like it doesn't work like that.
Well, here in the Jim Colbert Show, we are against sending D pics.
Yeah,
D pics aren't cute no matter what it looks like.
You're 1,000% right, but what I'm saying is you never hear one like that being sent.
Well, that's like sending one that's flaccid.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
But that happens.
But why would you send one that's flaccid? Obviously,
because if it's flaccid, that obviously they know the other. And the camera's the camera's only so big.
Let me tell you what. In that case, it does not add 10 pounds.
iPhone 13.
Yeah, that would be a weird choice though to send one flaccid. Though.
Yeah. Oh, really? That doesn't happen?
I don't think so.
Flaccid? What the hell?
Listen, for real quick, hold on. Let's all jump down my throat. I've never done that. I've never sent one, so I don't know the state of which it's supposed to be in.
I'm just assuming you want to look your best.
Well, I mean, is that always your best?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's better than when it's not.
Really? Well, I mean, you think about it.
That's a woman who's telling you.
Man.
There's no question. But if I send one it's flaccid and it's still impressive, do I need to send the other end of that equation to impress you?
Are you sure it's impressive?
I mean, no.
Or are you just making the assumption? Are you willing to take the chance of sending it flaccid to have her go, damn, look at the baby vulture in the tree?
But logically, if I send a flaccid picture of that nature and it's impressive flaccid, I don't need to do the other side. It's doing the job itself.
Yeah, so you're expecting her to be like, oh, wow, I like chapter 1. I can't wait for the sequel.
Right, yeah.
Or maybe she looks at that and goes like, well, the movie Speed was good.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with this whole franchise.
Or text back and says, sure, we'll watch Tremors tonight.
Yeah.
One of those. One quick one here from Joe. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, brother.
All right, so I called in. I'm a 54-year-old uncircumcised male. I didn't catch the very beginning, so I don't know if you guys talked about the history of circumcision in America, but there's a couple great quick shows that you could YouTube. Adam Ruins Everything. If you YouTube Adam Ruins Everything Circumcision, and the other one, I can't say the full name, but it's Penn and Teller Bull.
Yeah, BS. Yeah, BS. We got it.
Yeah. On circumcision. Great 20-minute funny clip.
Funny.
About the history of circumcision, how it's messed up in the United States. Did you know how it started in the United States?
It was at a Tupperware party, right?
No.
All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia's next.
Damn.
We have a prize. You have a phone. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Nomi Health.
It's concerning about Dak these days. An ugly win over Washington. We know he's not Brady or Rodgers, but what's concerning is that guys like Joe Burrow and Jimmy G looked far more impressive yesterday. In his last month, 4 games, Dak has thrown more picks than touchdowns, and he's making $40 million a year. At some point, the Cowboys will need him to carry the team, and Dak's just not that guy. He's Dak and Dunk. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
When you have your castle, your home, you want to improve it, and one of the greatest improvements you can make are the windows and doors, and I recommend FAS Windows and Doors. That's the company. They've been advertising on Real Radio for a couple decades now. I made the call several years ago, replaced the windows in my home, and man, what a drastic change. Improved the security of my home, extended the life of the AC, cut down dramatically on outside noise, and it just looks nicer, and I love it. The windows and the doors are great. You can check them out on their website at faswd.com or swing by their Winter Park showroom on Fairbanks just off of I-4. But again, you find them online, faswd.com.
Remember when that hurricane took out my lanai?
You mean sunroom?
Same thing. My AAA insurance agent helped make sure I had the right home and auto coverage, so we rebuilt it.
Seriously? Insurance through AAA?
Seriously. I saved over $800 on both home and auto together. And my new lanai is beautiful.
Seriously? You're still calling it a lanai?
The home and auto insurance bundle through AAA. Serious coverage, serious savings. Learn more at AAA.com/seriously. Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility. Savings amounts may vary. Insurance underwritten by Auto Club Insurance Company of Florida.
When I met you in the summer.
It's time to live, laugh, and create memories again with MSC Cruises. Join us on some of the world's most modern and innovative ships. Discover again at our new private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, named Best New Cruise Destination. Cruise from Miami or Port Canaveral and discover Ocean Key, our new exclusive private island. Enjoy flexible booking changes and free balcony upgrades. Call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
Reward yourself or someone you love this Christmas with a stunning Rolex timepiece from International Diamond Center. IDC has the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in our history. It may very well be the largest selection in the entire country. Over 800 pre-owned Rolexes. Yes, 800. Our buyers have scoured the country and handpicked this unprecedented collection of flawless pre-owned Rolex watches. All the most popular and hard-to-find models. Submariners, Batman, Sea Dwellers, Pepsis, Datejusts, men's and ladies' timepieces in pristine condition. All IDC's pre-owned Rolex watches are priced to sell this Christmas. Easily competing with any store or online retailer. If you've dreamed of owning the premium name in timepieces, or if you're looking for the ultimate gift for someone special, you must see IDC's luxury pre-owned Rolex collection today. We have the watches no one else has. Visit our showroom or shop online anytime at shopidc.com. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, and we have you covered with gift cards for everyone on your shopping list. Find gift cards for the Wawa fans in your life, or other popular gift cards like Xbox or Apple gift card. Whether it's for your boss or your best friend, make anyone's season bright in one Wawa run. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop.
The cups with Tuesday coffee, wah wah la 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 la. Get the app and get free coffee, wah wah la 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 la.
This holiday season, Wawa Rewards members get any size coffee free on Tuesdays, including Wawa's warm and inviting holiday blend hot coffee or handcrafted peppermint mocha iced coffee. Get the Wawa app, sign up for rewards, and get free coffee Tuesdays. Happy holidays start at
wah wah la 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 wah wah.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law.
OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
This is about as good as it gets. Like and follow at Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard. All aboard.
All aboard.
I have a beautiful gift card.
Do you?
You like gift cards?
I like them.
Well, I've got a $150 gift card to Fogo de Chão.
Damn.
Oh, we're going to eat some meat?
Damn, dude. Really?
Yeah, are you trying to catch that good meat?
You know, the crazy thing is they have filet and stuff like that, but I will tell you the best thing in the house is picanha. It's that sirloin cap turned so that you get that layer of fat for everything, only salt, open flame. It is absolutely delicious. Those guys do a wonderful job, by the way.
This is, of course, one of those amazing restaurants that they do the whole carved table side.
Churrasco or something like that. Like a
churrasco. Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm so hungry now.
It's very good. They have lamb chops that are marinated in white wine and herbs. Pairs well with their amazing mint chili sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is Sean's, one of his favorites. It's just an amazing meat experience.
Can I tell you something? You could go just eat that salad bar and cold bar and be happy. I'm not kidding you. It's so freaking good.
And that is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Hey, go local with that move and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. And don't worry, their fully trained expert moving crews are adept in packing, handling your furniture, safe driving, and more. Better yet, mention the Jim Colbert Show. You'll get a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Back to more Meat Talk with you, Jim.
Thank you. By the way, if you do go to Fogo de Chão, by the way, take your time. The number one thing is take your time because there's a lot of food. And like a kid in Disney, you get excited. You want to do everything at once. Just take your time, slow down, and enjoy a little of everything because it's all wonderful. And here's a little tip from me to you. They don't usually bring it around, but ask for the beef rib. It's basically like short rib. It's a highly marbled, highly flavorful piece of beef. They usually cook it out front in that spit, but you got to ask for it. God, dog, is it good.
You're sweating right now.
And the tres leches is one of my favorite cakes in all of Orlando. Simply amazing.
Are you getting turned on?
God, I got to go back there.
Let's welcome Lee.
Lee, very good. Lee, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. You want to play a little game with us?
Sure will.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Lee, this is a pretty easy game here. Got a question for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go. And, buddy, let me tell you, you have chosen a fine day to win. $150 at Fogo is no joke. That is a great night out. Are you ready?
I am.
Here we go. On this day in 1967, Oscar-nominated actor, comedian, musician, singer, producer, multi-talented entertainer, was a sketch comedy star for Fox TV before this.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is the answer. Had his own TV show. Ray is his man. Jamie Foxx was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Jamie and 1 bankable lie. Number 1. As a boy growing up in a small town in Texas, he dreamed of being a cartoonist. Number 2. His real name is Eric Marlin Bishop. Number 3. In the 90s in L.A., his roommate was the lead singer of Rascal Flatts. And lastly, he's one of 2 actors in history to be nominated for Best Actor the same year in 2 different movies. Which one of those is a lie?
The second one.
No, that's true. His real name is Eric Marlin Bishop. He chose the name Jamie Foxx for his mentor and a longtime admiration of Red Fox.
Right.
TV show star and, of course, comedian as well. Who's next?
Let's welcome Justin.
Justin, right there on line 4. Justin, how are you, buddy?
What's up, man?
Doing great, man. Find the lie here. We're talking about Jamie Foxx. Number 1, as a boy growing up in small town Texas, he dreamed of being a cartoonist. Number 2, in the 90s in L.A., his roommate was the lead singer of Rascal Flatts.
Slacker.
And lastly, he's one of 2 actors in history to be nominated for Best Actor in the same year for 2 different movies. Which of those is a lie?
Cartoonist.
That's it. You got it, buddy. You're a winner. I'm going to put you on hold. You are a winner. Enjoy your dinner at Fogo de Chão, and you are going to love it.
And that sounded like someone who actually maybe knew his Jamie Foxx trivia.
Yeah, he knew it immediately, didn't he?
No chance.
Did you guys know that one?
No.
No.
No one's going to know that.
Yeah, in the 90s, his roommate, when he first moved to L.A., was a guy named Gary LaVox, who is the lead singer of Rascal Flatts.
Damn.
And they've done some stuff together, by the way. It's kind of cool. There are pictures of them playing together. He's one of 2 actors in history to be nominated for Best Actor of the same year, 2 different movies. I think it was Best Supporting in one movie and Best Actor in the other. And I think the movies were Collateral in the supporting role with Tom Cruise. And I think the other was either Ray.
Ray.
It had to have been Ray.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody name the other actor?
In
Only 2 in history have done it.
Tom Hanks.
It's a very, very.
I was gonna. Yeah.
It is. If there is a Mount Rushmore of acting,
Marlon Brando.
More than likely,
Jack Nicholson.
This guy is going to be one of those guys that a lot of people pick.
Paul Newman.
You've chosen every name. It's not.
Oh.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Okay,
So probably
yeah.
for Godfather and for
Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that. Not Taxi Driver. That would have been too early, right?
Yeah.
Well, that would have been De Niro.
De Niro. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Any Given Sunday.
Oh, no. What a.
You're not going to.
The one where he's blind. He's blind.
Oh, Scent of a Woman.
Yeah, maybe that one.
But what else that year?
No, yeah, what else that year? Wow, I don't know. You have to find that one out. Okay, a couple other things before we get to Ross thoughts.
On it.
Take care of that, will you? Will you, Jack?
The horse that Jamie Foxx rides throughout the movie Django Unchained is his horse.
Really?
He's been riding horses forever, and the horse's name is Cheetah.
Oh,
how crazy is that, right? He was his high school's first quarterback to throw for over 1,000 yards in a season. He's one of 5 people who have won an Oscar and had a #1 Billboard hit. Can you name those? Think about this. You won an Oscar and you have a #1 Billboard song.
I want to
five,
say is
5 people have done it. He's one.
It's that Grey Goose song.
Yeah, blame it on the liquor.
Blame it on the
No, not his. Name the other artists that have done that.
Oh God, you're gonna get some dead air because that's a good question.
Yeah.
I have the answer on Al Pacino.
What is the Pacino one?
It is 1992, Scent of a Woman and Glengarry Glen Ross.
God, a great
which
movie.
is so good.
You talk about a dialogue movie.
Yeah.
One of the best ever.
Yeah.
Great.
David Mamet.
Cher,
All right.
Streisand, Bing Crosby, and Your Newest Love.
Oh, it's Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. That's right. Those are the 5 people who have also had an Oscar and had a #1 Billboard hit. To reward students for good grades, his 3rd grade teacher would let Jamie tell jokes to the class. So if the class was good and did great in all their tests and stuff, the teacher would allow Jamie to come up to the front of the class and tell jokes. That's how talented he was, even in just the 3rd grade. And lastly, he was a 2-sport athlete in high school. What's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, as we talked about earlier, I threw a Christmas party, and I have learned... A soiree, thank you. I learned so many things every time I throw a Christmas soiree.
Mm-hmm. This is the 4th one, by the way.
Yeah, this is the 4th one. 4th and a half, because we had like 4 people over for COVID.
All right, let's find out what you learned. We'll do that next.
Yeah.
'Tis the season to be real. Grateful that you did not get a tree and don't have to deal with that bullshit. Merry Christmas from Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality and lowest price.
Delays continue on I-4, especially coming in from Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound delays between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, as well as between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Southbound travel on the Turnpike slow between OBT and Osceola Parkway as well. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
Hey, man, in Florida, you know what happens in December? Well, I don't know if you've noticed. It gets up to about 83, 84 degrees. That means your AC will have to be ready to go in the winter in this state. And that preventive maintenance plan from Mills Air is a really good way to do that. The great thing about Mills is this. Leon Mills years ago set out to do it his way with honesty and integrity. Sometimes in the AC business, that can be tough to find, but not with this company. Their techs are unbelievably cool people who really know this business inside and out. That means you're going to get great service every single time, and you're going to get quality parts as well. Not to mention their Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 waiting for you right now for that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. They're family owned and operated, and they're ready to help you right now. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
After this year, let's spread some holiday cheer.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Orlando's Christmas station is Magic 107.7. Mortgage rates are back down to record lows, but it won't last long. Don't miss the boat. Get a free quote by going to homeloansradio.com and working with that mortgage guy, Don. Trust me, you won't forget it or regret it. Go to homeloansradio.com.
Save money by doing it yourself with Fence Outlet's low-maintenance vinyl fence in a box. It's only $3,355 for an average backyard of 120 feet. From hardware to concrete, you get everything you need. Go to fenceoutlet.com.
Rising natural gas prices and colder weather are leading to higher energy bills for many this winter. Duke Energy can help you prepare now. Visit our website for no or low-cost energy saving tips to help lower your bill. You'll also find other helpful resources, such as information about installment plans and financial assistance for qualified customers. For more, visit duke-energy.com/winterbill. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
My Way from Giorgio Armani. This sparkling, floral, woody fragrance, consciously sourced ingredients from around the world in sustainable, refillable packaging. The union of citrus, tuberose, vanilla, and warm wood. Unbox the most desired gifts this holiday season with My Way from Giorgio Armani. For the woman who wants to live life her way.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
If you're thinking about moving, you wouldn't choose an older, smaller home, would you?
No, you'd upgrade.
If it's time for a new phone, you want to get an old flip phone, right?
No, you'd upgrade.
At Sun Smart Roofing, we believe in upgrades. That's why our special waterproof membrane comes standard in any roof replacement. You can afford the best storm and solar ready roof with financing from $99 per month. Call now for our $500 savings certificate. Dial pound 250, say the keyword, future-proof your roof. Sun Smart Roofing. Isn't it time you future-proof your roof?
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you.
Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/20/21. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
I want to break free. Ready to break free? Discover the beauty and history of Europe with Norwegian. Book your 2022 Europe cruise today with Norwegian and enjoy 35% off. Plus, take all free offers including free open bar, free specialty dining, free air, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
This hour of talk is brought to you by Colonial Photo and Hobby.
No payments till next year with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeart radio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in on this beautiful Monday. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good weekend. Have a good week planned as we near Christmas. Things starting to get a little more Christmassy for me. Went shopping again this weekend. It was nice.
Excellent.
Sneaking into the spirit. I'm going to have some little baked goods for you guys later this week. I'm a foray into baking this week. So I'm going to have a choice of cookies for you guys. Any requests?
Peanut butter blossoms.
Peanut butter blossoms. Definitely doing chocolate chip. Anything else?
I would do the ones that Ross and Olivia had at their party, the ones where you ate them all.
Yeah, the coconut and chocolate chip ones.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Raced Jack to that plate, by the way.
No, you said, these cookies are great, you should try them. Then you went back and took them all, and then there was one left, so I grabbed that one, and then you're like, oh, look at Bradshaw taking the last cookie.
What a Jim move.
Yeah, I pulled a Bradshaw on Bradshaw. It was great.
Yeah, I did.
Welcome back. I'm Jim, Deb, Jack. They're here as well. Let's find out what old Ross is thinking over there.
It's weird.
Oh, man.
It's funny.
Throwing parties.
Sometimes.
What a rush.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce. It's Ross Thoughts.
I get the same vibe whenever... So the party starts at 7 o'clock. 7:10 happens. 7:20 happens. 7:30 happens. You start thinking, well, we failed. We are completely miserable for the rest of the night, and we have 200 stuffed shells to go through. And I have so much tequila, it's going to make me blind.
And I have to tell you something else, too. You got a pretty good collection of champagne now.
Yeah.
Man, your wife or your fiance got bombarded with bottles of champagne.
Yeah, you got her a bottle of champagne. Jack, you got her a bottle of wine.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, do you need more? Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah,
there
man. Yeah. I think I will say this. After that initial Act 1 rush of oh man, no one's gonna show, and then everybody shows up.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Nobody wants to be the first one there. Let me guess. Who was the first one there?
My friend Brian.
And then?
Close second, Jack.
Yeah. Jack is gonna be there at 7:10.
No,
and that's him showing up fashionably late.
My fashionably late, we left the house at 7. So got there at 7:35.
And I appreciate that. So also throwing out the
rolled in at a smooth 9:15.
Jack is I gotta say, Jack put up MVP numbers at this party.
How? I watched him. He just molded around.
No, yeah. Well,
he didn't
that's
do
what
anything.
you do at parties.
No, he just kind of wound up in rooms. I'm like, how did he
Wait,
get over there?
did you hold court again, Jimmy?
I was out back doing it.
Yeah, he was boozing and schmoozing.
How does he do that?
That's
He
what I
holds
do.
court at your party.
Because it's fun.
That's what you do. You go ahead, you meet some new people,
I
you have
guess you
some
could-
interesting conversations.
I mean, I guess you could have stood in the room with Jack.
Oh, no, Jack was killing it.
Killing what? He didn't do anything or talk to anybody.
Oh, what are you talking about?
He just stood there eating everybody's cookies.
He was chugging tequila.
I had one cookie.
You had more than one, bitch. I handed you at least one.
No,
I
no,
know you
I
were
had
there
one
beforehand.
cookie.
Get out of here. You're
And then he
fired.
threw it away because you touched it.
You better not have.
I'm not eating this.
I will go through the trash to find it.
I'll tell you how Jack threw up some MVP numbers. All right. Only Christmas card of the night.
Wow.
Really?
Only Christmas card. And this is not me pulling a Jack and passively aggressively asking you, Jim, where's my Christmas card? I'm not doing that.
No, I know you're not. Because that is not a you kind of move.
It is not. However, Jack might be a little contagious.
Okay. Are your Christmas cards personalized? Like they have a picture of the family, or like
no, and we could do a whole nother, maybe at 6:20, talk about Christmas cards, because that game has changed over the past few years.
If you don't have a clever Christmas card, don't even send one out. Do not send a standard Christmas card out at all anymore. You'll get called out for it on just immediately.
Yeah, I kind of feel that because...
you buy that box in like Ross or whatever, you're like, oh, I got it nailed now. And you send it out and you're like, oh, don't send me this busted-ass Christmas card. And then you get them all and they're all like customized and printed and everybody's had their faces changed to look like characters.
Yeah, I always with the funny Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Is that like a revolution that's happened over the last couple of years? Is like just the...
That's been going on for like 15 years now, where having the real clever, unique Christmas cards,
I want my family to be perceived as the best.
Right.
I want everybody to think that we have the most fun. Look at my child. He's dressed up like Doc Brown.
Like the most bit one this year is now the gun one, because it was made such a big deal of. So now everybody's like holding their guns in front of their Christmas tree. That's the one I see now more than any of them.
Oh, that's heartwarming.
Yeah, it's just because they're trolling. That's all.
But I do know this about having a Christmas party. Christmas music on point. Did you know that you can just play Fire on Netflix? Shout out to the people who took that job really seriously.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Just like a video of a fire being lit.
Oh, that's been, yeah.
I just find that so funny that there's a director.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's on
there's
his.
a producer.
That was a big thing in New York City before it went to the rest of the country.
The Yule log burning.
The Yule log burning, yeah.
On Channel 11.
That's on his credits.
Yeah, there's credits to it. On Netflix, there is a Birchwood edition and just a classic edition.
You can also do it where you can hear it and it pops, right?
Yeah.
You turn it on so you can hear it popping.
Yeah, you have the audio for it. I just find it really funny that someone was really passionate about, I'm going to do it better. I know it's been done, but I'm going to do it better. Look at my cinematic view and eye of just this fire burning for 3.5 hours. Got to throw that on. Got to have Christmas music. I went with the Frank Sinatra classic playlist. I don't think there's a better Christmas album.
I've got a Dolly one that's pretty good. Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And some other, just miscellaneous artists that's pretty darn good.
Christmas cookies on point.
Yeah.
Those were delicious.
How about the pine candle?
Pine candle? We had a pine candle.
Because if you don't have a real tree and you don't have that aroma of the pine sap, you have to do that. You have to get a good candle.
A real tree and a pine candle. This is what I'm trying to get people revved up for their Christmas parties. And these are also good gifts. Get them a pine candle, especially if they got a fake ski.
Hey, no joke, man. Those, they're not cheap. You buy one of the really good ones, they're like $25.
I know somebody with a $400 candle.
Well, you know a moron.
I am related to this person.
I take that back.
That was so funny because I knew you were related to him before you told him that.
So I go ahead.
Let's go stand in a room somewhere, Jack.
So also need to point this out.
And Jack was Blair Witching it in all your rooms.
Yeah.
Not paying attention to anybody.
That's all I was doing. I was paying attention to everybody. I was just listening.
It's no fun.
I didn't see that. I saw this guy slam an entire glass of tequila.
You are a liar.
That's because I thought it was punch.
You are a liar. You've never seen him do any of that.
No.
All he did. You know what he did professionally?
You know what's funny?
If he had a business card to be, hi, I'm Jack. I mill about.
I love mills.
I mill about.
I go ahead.
I shuffle.
I'm looking for my glass of tequila.
Glass?
I'm looking for my my tequila. All of a sudden, I just see all these punch cups. The punch was a success.
No, it was a big hit.
It's a very large hit.
Champagne, gin, and Everclear apparently.
A little splash of Everclear as well. Really hits you in the bones.
You weren't first cup. You're like, be careful. That one sneaks up on you.
Yeah. We have had people.
That's a creeper.
And Jimmy, I warned Tori, I go, be careful, that sneaks up on you. She goes, I'm looking for someone to sneak up on me. So.
And I did. It worked.
So I go ahead, I'm looking for my tequila, and next thing I know, I grab a punch cup. Jack looks at me and goes, that one right there is yours. Then he proceeds to walk over to his punch cup, not his, and then just polishes off all of my tequila.
Oh, my.
Our cups got mixed.
Thinking it was the punch.
You had a driver that night, at least.
He looked at me with one of the funniest faces I've ever seen Jack make.
That's like expecting Coke and getting milk.
Yeah. I'm dead serious. I think that was a good, like, 2.5. I mean,
that was woo.
If you're not prepared, you're lucky to have kept that down. If you're not prepared for that and you get a mouthful of mezcal, because it's not like tequila, it's a little smokier, a little creamier.
Oh, it was tequila.
Oh, it was tequila.
Yeah, and it was the expensive one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that felt good.
That white bottle?
Yeah.
You drank all of that? You're supposed to sip that.
All of that? What was left in the cup? Thinking it was my punch.
Is that why you Blair Witched the party?
Yeah, I think so. He was just staring at inanimate objects after he threw down like 2 to 3 ounces of tequila. Well, bang.
I just kept seeing Jack complimenting the dog's sweater.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's a dope sweater.
Oh, you're going to tell me that?
Man, it's a dope sweater.
You're going to tell me that dog sweater wasn't cute? We had one person at the party who was also wearing an ugly Christmas sweater, right? And my dog was wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. And I overheard that someone walk up to my friend wearing the sweater. And he goes, it's a soiree. You're supposed to dress nice. And he goes, well, I'm matching with a dog, which was a very fun moment.
The other dog had a tutu on.
Yeah. Little
Adorable.
Santa tutu.
Yeah. Santa tutu.
Which, by the way, the dog in the tutu just got out of the veterinarian.
Very nice.
And is on her way home.
Pretty bad hangover.
Yeah. I mean, she got drunk that night. You ever seen a 10-pound dog get drunk?
Doesn't take much.
It takes an eyedropper.
Who do you think I was splitting my tequila with?
Yeah.
And those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Don't make your dogs drive drunk. I'm out. Peace.
Very nice. 407. And that's you know what? That's a PSA that doesn't get said enough.
Yeah, you don't want your dogs driving drunk.
All right.
Especially your car.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Attorney Stephen Kramer is up next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, it's still a tough ride coming in from Polk County heading east on I-4. We're slow from U.S. Highway 27 all the way to 429. It looks like authorities still working to clear an accident eastbound on the interstate right off the turnpike, partially blocking the exit ramp, so use some extra caution here. Southbound travel on the turnpike slow between the Beach Line and Osceola Polk Line Road, the 408 and the Beach Line up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
And the holidays have arrived. I'm here to take some of that stress away when it comes to buying something special for that special someone in your life. Got to go see my friends over at Goldsmith Jewelry Shop right there on Lee Road. And I don't use that word friends lightly. I've known David Layer and that team over there for 20-plus years. And that's where I go for my personal jewelry. My wife's wedding ring was handmade at Goldsmith Jewelry. Here's why. They have incredible service. They've been doing this for like 35 years. They know how to treat a customer. Not to mention they have everything you want in jewelry, diamond studs, bracelets, necklaces, engagement rings, designer names, one-of-a-kind pieces. They can do it all. Something for every budget, best quality for the lowest prices. And check this out. Fast, free shipping as well. Just go to goldsmithjewelry.com or visit them in person. That's good as well. That's 1212 Lee Road, right there in Orlando. And as always, tell them I sent you down.
Celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeartRadio Podcast Awards on January 13th, including My Favorite Murder, winner of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award, celebrating the voices that are taking risks, challenging assumptions, expanding the audio art form, and taking us to places we've never been.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Listen to the best of what you love with Audible originals, audiobooks, podcasts, and more. True crime, sci-fi, memoirs, and wellness. Audible's got something for every mood. Try it for free when you sign up at audible.com.
Holidays in space at
when
the
it comes
Kennedy
to
Space
power,
Center.
trust the source. SolarSource.com. Wow, that's a seriously massive pickup.
12 inches of lift.
Seriously, that's high.
My insurance isn't. With AAA, I saved over $800 on both home and auto together.
Seriously? Insurance through AAA?
Seriously. My AAA agent helped make sure I have the right home and auto coverage. Get in. We'll take a spin.
I'm seriously going to need a ladder.
The home and auto insurance bundle through AAA. Serious coverage. Serious savings. Learn more at AAA.com/seriously. Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility. Savings amounts may vary. Insurance underwritten by Auto Club Insurance Company of Florida.
Holidays in Space at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is turning 10 years old this December 17th through the 31st. You can step in a holiday village full of galactic celebrations between 10 and 11, 11 and 5, live stage performances from Chris, their astronaut, DJ dance party, participate and engaging in educational activities throughout the entire day. It's going to be a great time. They have the park dressed up so nice, and it's such a great feeling over there at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Get your tickets today and explore more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
In the time before AT&T Fiber Internet.
What? What are you doing in me dungeon?
It's the only place where the bloody Wi-Fi works.
Oh, and you don't mind the spiders?
Spiders? What spiders? Oh no, they're everywhere! Oh!
In the time after AT&T Fiber Internet.
It's nice having fast, reliable Wi-Fi in the whole house.
For sure.
The dawn of a better internet era with AT&T Fiber.
Limited availability in select areas. Check eligibility at att.com/getfiber. AT&T Smart Wi-Fi extenders may be required. Sold separately. Restrictions apply.
Guys, now there's no excuse. Peak Performance for Men has helped thousands of men overcome erectile dysfunction. The question is, what are you waiting for? Live the life you want today with a free consultation. No medication, no pumps, no needles, no pain, no surgery, and absolutely no downtime. Just non-invasive acoustic wave therapy that will have you back to your natural form. That's right. Now for a limited time, a free consultation. There is no risk. Fix it for good with one phone call. Call the Orlando office today at 407-464-8181 or find them at peakperformanceformen.com. Why wait? Enjoy your life to the fullest. Peak can make the difference. Call 407-464-8181 and get your free consultation now. That's 407-464-8181. Peak Performance for Men.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays with great deals for everyone. Like right now, you can get the perfect pairing, the new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. Perfect for our holiday cards.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And the perfect pairing is just the start. You can also get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The morning show isn't going to watch itself.
Hurry into T-Mobile this holiday season because both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can get the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods on us with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus because together we holiday. Only at T-Mobile.
Phone via 30-monthly bill credits and AirPods Gen 2 after rebate via prepaid card for well-qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per account. Balance on required finance agreements due. If you cancel service, call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus renews at $4.99 per month after first year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitter.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. This is a Christmas song?
And well, it's Holiday by Lil Nas X.
You always go on and on telling me and Jack, like, we need more Lil Nas X.
Yeah, you're always complaining about that.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Every Monday around this time, we invite our good buddy Stephen Kramer to drop by, onefirmforlife.com. Offices up in Altamont Springs. And, of course, he can help you with a number of legal issues. Stephen, how you doing, buddy?
What's weird is Jimmy is always texting me about Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
And sending me memes.
This son of a...
And
How
like
dare
did
you.
some cosplay thing where he was wearing a Lil Nas X outfit.
Oh, you
and
know
I thought
it.
it was weird.
Yeah, I called myself little bald X.
I mean, and to be accurate, it was a little Lil Nas X outfit.
Yeah,
That was skimpy.
Yeah, extra small.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, so you saw the same one.
You're right. Yeah, same one.
But it was shiny.
I was afraid if he sneezed, I was like, oh, God.
Right.
Oh, God.
Well, the weird thing was when we had that Zoom call, and Jimmy was crying because he couldn't get the shoes. He was heartbroken.
Mm-hmm. You know,
What
the
do you mean
devil shoes?
The devil? Oh, that's right. The devil is the ones that had the
With his blood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one day. One day I'll have a pair. I guess I'll just have to wait and maybe hope it comes up on eBay.
Hey, Santa could be good to you this year.
I
You
guess it
never
could.
know.
I haven't been that good, though.
Dear Santa,
I've
please
been-
leave some Satan shoes.
I haven't been good enough for Lil Nas X devil blood shoes. That's for sure. I saw a pair of designer shoes this weekend in the Fancy Mall, and they were like they looked like old beat
Was
up.
it on the way to Shania Twain
They
concert?
went. They were like old beat up Vans, and I didn't even recognize the brand. I'm sure it's a brand that is very popular with trendy people, but they were $530.
Balenciagas?
They weren't.
You were
they
at the
weren't-
Rich Mall. You were at the Millennium. You
I
were
said
at the mall.
yeah, Fancy Mall. Yeah, yeah. And this wasn't even one of the big fancy stores. This was like in one of the I say fancy. This was like a Nordstrom. Is that fancy?
Well, there's like
Yeah.
the two sides of the mall, right? There's the
Macy's
stores
side
that are,
and the
like, in a lot of
Nordstrom's.
malls.
Yeah.
And then there's like the other side that has Hermes and like Rolex and Cartier and Prada and
It's like it's at 1 minute you're at the Gap, and then the next minute blankets are $7,000.
pretty much. And that's a bold statement. Like you weren't even at you weren't at Neiman Marcus, but you were still at Nordstrom.
Yeah, Nordstrom. Yeah. Is Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom on the same level in Saks Fifth? Right?
No, but Nordstrom is really expensive, and Neiman Marcus is just like,
Oh, really? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know the levels. I just I know that what what I'm supposed to go get, and I go get it. That's it. I don't
And
really.
it was those shoes.
No, it wasn't those shoes. It was something else. I just happened to be walking by, and I said, "Wow, what are people charging for shoes that look like they came from the thrift store?" And then I saw $530 and laughed out loud. Just a nice big bubbling laugh right there in the old
So you're not a
Fancy Mall.
sneakerhead's what you're saying.
No, I could never spend that much on a pair of sneakers. I mean, I could spend that much money on shoes for my wife because I know she likes them and stuff. Occasionally, we could do something and spend some money on shoes, but I would never in a million years buy shoes for that much. The most I've ever spent on a pair of shoes is like $130.
But a lot of people buy shoes, they're sneakerheads, and they buy them like as investment. They're not going to wear them.
Yeah, the stock.
So if you've been on StockX, people will have their net worth in shoes or collectibles, and there are some insane amounts of money at play.
What are the? I mean, is it always the Kanye West thing? What are the or Jordans? What are the most
Travis Scott's?
Travis Scott's.
Just any.
Yeah, some of the Air Maxes, some of the Jordans.
When you start talking about collaborations, that's when you're going to start seeing a higher price tag.
Like, who would have to collaborate with a shoe to make it like so? Vans or Nike or Adidas collaborates with an artist and they make like a one-off shoe that becomes very collectible.
Or other brands. Vans just collaborated with Bape, which is I think a Tokyo streetwear company, and I really wanted to get those.
Or like Supreme, if you see collaboration like with like one of those high-end luxury brands like Louis Vuitton or and Supreme, or any combination kind of like that where you've got a hip brand and a big brand like that, all of a sudden the prices get ridiculous. Dior and Dior and Cause, who's an artist, or
right?
Dior and Daniel Arsham, or like some of these artists that collaborate with these houses, things get weird and expensive too.
When we were in Austin, we stayed at a hotel. I mean, it was a pretty nice hotel right there in downtown. And it just so happened that the Country Music Award thing was happening in an arena around the corner the same weekend we were in town. So there were a lot of people of note at this hotel we were at. And I don't know anything about it. I'm just it's a hotel. I just want a nice place to stay that I won't get bed bugs, and the rooms are nice and quiet, right? So we get in the elevator, and like I'd never heard that brand you just said. I'd never heard about it in my life. Balenciaga?
Yeah.
Balenciaga?
Balenciaga, is that how you pronounce it? All right.
Balenciaga.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. So I looked down and I was like, well, I've never, and this guy had a pair of shoes on, tennis shoes. They were Balenciagas on the elevator. And I remember getting to the room because his wife was just dripping in jewelry. I mean, just overload in what had to be $100K worth of jewelry just sitting there. So I got in the room, and these are regular old running tennis shoes. Nothing special, no big deal, just black tennis shoes with some white little design on it, and it said Balenciaga, and I looked them up, and those things were $745. $745 for a GD tennis shoe that probably wasn't even as comfortable as my Adidas that I just had on.
Yeah, but they're Balenciaga.
Yeah, but who cares? I mean,
People who buy labels like that care.
I never even heard of it. I mean, I know I'm not in the Italian design world. I mean, I know I'm not that guy. I'm not going to intersect with those people. I just found it so unreal. But, I mean, God bless them. I don't care. It was just kind of bananas.
Steve's got a pair on now.
They get way crazier than that. I mean, they really do.
Like what? I mean, like Bruno Maggi's and other brands like that?
No, I mean, even some like Nike collaborations with, with artists or with athletes get crazier than that.
Yeah, but I mean, does the environment drive the sale? In other words, is it that much from the factory? Like these Nikes are $900, or does somebody?
A lot of times it's a secondary market.
Right.
So what happens is the people that buy them, they use bots, right? And so the regular people can't even get these shoes. They sell out in microseconds sometimes. And then anybody that actually wants to buy them has to go to the secondary market and pay an astronomical amount of money. So, who knows? The shoes, you might have seen shoes that the retail was that, then the aftermarket could have been even more.
Yeah, you saw that the Garth Brooks show that's coming to the I try to always say this right, the Camping World Stadium next year. The tickets go on sale this Friday. They're all one price. They're all $94 and some change or whatever, which I had never heard of a big artist doing that. I actually did. Didn't you guys say that somebody else does this? It's only one price for all the seats?
Fugazi. I mean...
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, that's not.
Back when I was a kid, that was like their thing. Like they want to make sure that people could see shows, so that I think they didn't charge more than $10 for a ticket.
I think Pearl Jam tried to do this. They really tried.
They did.
They had a headbutting session. I think that was part of Tom Petty's thing as well. He went into that as well, where he thought it was just kind of crazy because all the scalpers. This is going to happen here too. You're going to have those bots or those people. They're going to get on. They're going to buy as many of those tickets they can, and you'll find them on, tickets, StubHub or eBay the next day, Craigslist or whatever, for $200 or $300 or $400. It's very tempting. I tried to get into that whole world of collectibles, Steven, and I got my asses handed to me. Remember those? Is it BB9s?
Oh God.
Or BB8s? What is that?
I remember you called them Babates once.
Yeah. Is it a BB8?
It's a BB8.
Right, that little droid? Yeah, that little droid thing when Star Wars put them out. I bought 10 of them. And I thought that I bought 10 of them because they were going to go through the roof in value because they're going to be hard to get, right? The whole idea at the beginning of that thing was they were going to limit production.
The most popular droid.
Right, yeah. And
How many do you still have?
I got like 2 of them still, but I mean, here's the thing: is
you've given the same gift to your son for the last 5 years.
He's like, Dad, I got 10 of them. But the reason why is because they then, like, literally 2 weeks later, like, oh, my bad, we decided to go ahead and release a whole bunch of them so everybody can have one. I'm like, thanks, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know your way around that world, you can get burned real bad.
You have to be very, very careful.
Art is like that too. I mean, shoes are like that. I'm not a sneakerhead. Like I don't dance in that world because I know you can get burned really easy. I mean, there's plenty. I'm looking at a pair right now of Nikes that are 27. I was just kind of curious. What are some Nikes going for? These are $27,000. They're SB What the Dunk. They're from 2007. There's the original Jordans can go for $100,000. I mean,
game worn, is that makes a difference too, right? Like if he had game worn Jordans, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what?
For sure. So
you and I both estate sale, and we love doing that stuff because it's very interesting to me. I've got a whole new world that I'm kind of out there looking for now, based on some information I've gotten over the last. It's a collectible card or kits of cards, and this happened to me. It's Pokemon cards. I'll just be heads up with you. Because here's the thing. I think a lot of people.
You're way behind that curve.
Yeah, I understand, but but listen, stop. From the collector's point, you are correct, but not from what I'm looking for.
Charizard.
Because still there are people out there who had kids who don't understand the value of the collection that their kids may have. They know baseball and football and basketball cards. They know that for sure. But a lot of these parents that had these collections of cards don't know that. And my son, for the record, has a giant collection of these cards, were Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that also some of them have tons of value as well, and he'd forgotten all about it. There are collections like that out there, and I know for a fact because I stumbled onto this past week. I went to a garage sale. When I walked up, it was just one of those pop-up tents with a series of tables, and it had a bunch of stuff like any garage sale. But as I was walking up, the woman said to her son, "Where'd that box of Pokemon cards go? You know, all those packs, where did they go?"
Oh, geez.
I just sat them here. Where did they go? And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, I know where they went. Somebody stole them. That's exactly where they went. You turned your back, and somebody understood what was sitting there and took them and left. And I sat there and mulled around that little tiny garage sale for 25 minutes, hoping that kid had taken them back or they'd put them away or whatever. And I was just going to buy anything I could see as long as it was an unopened pack. And
and they're at a garage sale anyway. So, I mean, why be greedy? You could buy a $10 box of cards from them that could be worth, $20,000 or
exactly. When people
Magic the Gathering, that's another one. I mean, where prices have gone up, or we talked about this actually when it hit. So when Super Mario Brothers, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago, and maybe it was like 3 years ago. It was when the first show first started. It went for like $25,000, and it made huge headlines. And what it did though is it started the domino effect where it made headlines, and people went, "Wow, you mean these original NES games that my kids had or that I had as a kid that are unopened are worth something?" And then you saw the prices spike and rise, and all of a sudden, impossible to get anything. So that's the problem is once it's out there, a lot of people, you'll be lucky to find that.
You'll be lucky
to find somebody that doesn't know what they have because it's already it's already made that news cycle.
But it does happen. I've actually seen it happen a number of times. And the thing is, because everybody knows where baseball cards are. I was in a thrift store the other day and saw an entire box of 91 Leaf cards that have like a Frank Thomas rookie in there and a number of other great. Jeff Bagwell, I believe, is in there. These are all Hall of Fame players that are going to wind up being, very valuable, already worth $300 or $400. And somebody had culled the entire box for every valuable player already. They left the set there, but they palmed the important cards and got them out of there before anybody could make a quote-unquote discovery. And I did see a YouTube feed the other day of somebody bought an original pack of Pokemon cards unwrapped, and I think they paid an absolute unreal amount of money for this pack of cards because if you get a Charizard card, it's a $300,000 card. Well, this guy set up a video stream with an audience and everything as he unwrapped this one pack of Pokemon cards, and sure enough, there was a Charizard card in there, and the entire audience lost their mind. By the way, it's not just the Charizard card that's worth a lot of money. A number of those other cards going into that with that original set are worth tons as well.
Pokemon cards are regularly traded. I mean,
old Disney VCR tapes, some of them are very collectible. Huh?
That one's a myth. So that's an interesting one. You can find them listed on like eBay or whatever for some astronomical amount. But what you need to do if you want to see what the true value is look at sold items. And what you'll see is that urban legend just doesn't hold up.
Well, it did for a while. I know for a fact because I know a volleyball dad from back in the day that found two and sold them. Now he could have sold them to somebody and just scammed them. I don't know. And he didn't get the kind of money that was being asked, but it was a pretty darn good amount. I mean, for what it was, but maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm looking at a Pokemon card, the Mega Battle Kangaskhan trainer promo hologram that went for $37,000 a year ago.
But the other thing that they don't tell you about a lot of these really collectible Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or any of the Pokemon cards is a lot of the super valuable ones they actually only give away at tournaments. So you have to like be in one of these tournaments to win one of these cards, but they'll put it up there on the most valuable cards. Like you could open a pack and find one. You could not open a pack and find one. A lot of these very valuable cards are cards you have to earn or one-off cards produced for tournament winners only. So you'll look
here's one that sold in January, a Pokemon card for $360,000.
That's the Charizard card, right?
It's a hologram.
Yeah, that's the one that Jake Paul or Logan Paul comes out and he wears it on a necklace as if it's a gold emblem or something or diamond encrusted piece of jewelry. A Pokemon card. How about the Pogs? Remember those?
I mean, it's my favorite genre.
The Pog?
Yeah.
I don't. What are you saying?
I'm not going to elaborate.
No. Why? What?
It's also a porn genre.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Stands for fat ass white girl.
Does it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
PAWG.
Different type of Pog. There's one. I don't know if you can get.
Yeah, I see it.
See this? Yeah. That's the card, $360,000.
Do you have any of that stuff? Do you have anything like that?
I don't have that card
Yeah.
because if I did, I would have sold it.
Hey, by the way, another thing too is I found out recently that you talk about forgery. Everybody's like, man, they have forged stuff for years. Saw a show the other day. A katana blade was brought in. The guy thought he had stumbled onto a $100,000 sword. The guy pulls the thing off, looks at the tang, and he goes, "You see that?" He goes, "That's the marking of one of the most famous sword makers in all of Japan." That was put there 50 years after he died. And they said it was so popular to have one of these swords as a Japanese citizen that people would forge this guy's signature onto the sword so that they would have the provenance, like buying a fake Louis bag or something like that. The same kind of thing.
I mean, the forgery thing, the fraud thing is so in any type of collectible industry, it's rife. I mean, there have been a ton of lawsuits about this, whether you're talking about paintings, and forged paintings. I mean, there's been multi-million-dollar cases dealing with that. With actually, Arnie Hammer's family, they owned a gallery in New York where they had sold. I guess the gallery had sold a number of forged paintings by Rothko and all of these very famous artists, and there were lawsuits relating to that. In the wine industry, there was a very well-known forger there. When you talk about swords, when you talk about autographs, that's why provenance and certificates of authenticity and getting that from the right person is so important in those industries. But to your point about baseball cards and collectibles, like there's two things that cause me so much like grief sometimes. They're my two childhood collections that got lost at separate times. Both times in moves, by the way.
Oh, man.
One was my comic collection that I lost when I was like 16. And the other was my baseball cards from when I was like 12. I had the entire upper deck set of that first set, the one with Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. And that disappeared in the last move that I did, like, I don't know, 10 years ago.
That's like 89, the 89 upper deck set.
That's the 89 set.
That changed the entire card game. That's actually where it began. That the premium card world began with that set of upper deck cards for sure.
I turned over my entire house looking for my cards, and they did not make it from point A to point B.
I'll tell you something else too, and we got to get out of here. But the other thing was one of the biggest forgery cases. Remember that Mormon book forger? The guy was a Mormon, and he forged all these very valuable religious papers from the Seventh-day Adventist or Mormon religion, and he was finding these unbelievably rare writings. He even learned how to create the kind of ink they used in that particular time so that when they scanned the ink would even give the same exact chemical reaction, and he wound up committing a murder. Because as they were closing in on him, he faked this explosion or whatever to try to throw the scent off of him, and it killed somebody. It's the craziest story ever. I mean, he was finding like one off. It'd be like finding the Holy Grail kind of thing, and he was finding these one every 3 months, and they were holding him up in the church like he was some kind of prophet. It was crazy.
It is prolific. Where there's money, you will find people that will try to benefit from taking advantage of that. Rodin, like that there were museums all over the world that were holding copies of fake Rodins effectively within the museum that they believed were authentic, and it wasn't until it was uncovered by one of the foremost Rodin experts that they discovered, there's all of these are fakes, even though they've been in this museum for 50 years.
Unbelievable, man. It valued at billions of dollars, I'm sure, or millions at least. So, hey, buddy.
Just huge amounts of money.
Always good seeing you. You know, if you need any help with divorce, estate planning, any issue like that, if you've been hurt and you think you've been wronged, my man Stephen Kramer can handle it. That's onefirmforlife.com. Like I said, offices up in Altamont Springs. He's helped me out tons through my deals with my mom and other issues in life, and he can certainly do that for you as well. Stephen, as always, love seeing you, brother. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Oh, we won't, because we'll be on break.
No, I'll talk to you in the new year, right?
2022. Hey, by the way, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, brother.
You too.
All right, man. We'll see you later. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Last call's next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And our weather this week is going to feature a busy flow from the east. Winds coming off the Atlantic, and that's going to keep us a little bit cooler, but still on the warm side. The high temperature tomorrow, 79, after a morning low of 66. But it's also going to lead to intervals of clouds, as well as a couple of afternoon showers, much like what we saw today. And the breeze will gust over 25 miles per hour through the middle of the week. Warmer toward the weekend. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
Man, let me tell you something. When it comes to getting a bathroom in your home, you want the best one. Rebath can do that for you with incredible products, great craftsmanship, and really just good people behind this. Dave Denbauer is the owner. He's been a buddy of mine for many, many years. I love endorsing this company because they do exactly what they say they're going to do. They get you a bathroom you're going to love, and they do it in 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, no subcontractors. By the way, these employees have been doing this with them 8 to 10 years, and when it's all said and done, they hand you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. I laugh a little bit because it's insane that a construction company would give you a guarantee on the products and a guarantee on the work, but they do it for sure. And these are all custom bathrooms. Bathroom remodeling is all they do, from a simple shower tub conversion all the way up to a full-blown demo and bathroom replacement. They can do this for you, and the products are amazing as well. The showroom, you can see all of it. Easy to find, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. And when you walk in, put your hands on the materials because they are quality materials. And these are names you've known forever. They're not installing crap. They're putting in great products, and they're doing it very well. Hop on board right now. It's rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and after pictures. They've really done some amazing stuff, and they can do it for you as well. Again, book your appointment today at rebathmidfla.com.
Looking for the perfect gift? Get him a shirt from Untuck It. Untuck It shirts are designed to be worn untucked. They're the easiest way to keep him looking sharp and feeling comfortable. You can't go wrong with their super soft flannels, wrinkle-free shirts, performance shirts with stretch, and cozy sweaters that are all perfect for right now. They even have a line for her. Find the perfect gift for every guy on your list at one of 80-plus Untuck It stores or at untuckit.com. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get great deals on a variety of Craftsman tools all month long for those DIYers in your family. Like the 20-volt drill driver combo with a battery and charger for just $119. With a deal like that, we're putting unfinished projects on notice. Looking at you, loose doorknob. That's the drill driver combo, just $119. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and NapaOnline.com while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/21.
Hey man, the holidays here, the supply shortages are making a big old demand on everything out there. And of course, that means that when your packages get dropped off, they could be in peril. The porch pirates will come out. They will try to steal your stuff. They do not care what's in the boxes because they're just taking a chance, man. That's why you have to have a good security system that's integrated into your camera technology. And that, my friends, is what SafeTouch Security does better than anybody, making it almost impossible to get near your packages or your door without being seen, video taken, and the cops alerted. That's what they're all about. No home or camera system is complete without that SafeTouch two-way communicator, getting you the fastest possible emergency response. And that crash and smash technology gives you a halo of detection around your home. If you're a parent, you want this for sure. You're talking about superior equipment, professional installation, Lifetime parts and labor warranty, 24/7 tech support, everything you want. Safe Touch has been doing it for a very long time. That's why they're the best. Get free equipment and installation with a monitoring agreement. Choose the package you want, and they will install it, and you will be better for it at Safe Touch Security. Hop on board today at safetouch.com, 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com. State license ZF233.
This year has been scary. My mom and dad didn't always have a lot of money to buy food. Some nights we went to bed hungry. But thanks to some really good people, this holiday will be extra special because we can have a big meal as a family. Give the gift of hope. For every $1 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 4 meals for a family like mine. Help today at feedhopenow.org. Second Harvest Food Bank. Fighting hunger. Feeding hope.
If you're making big decisions like refinancing or buying your first home, maybe doing some debt consolidation, go to homeloansradio.com. Work with that mortgage guy, Don, and then listen to the Home Loans Radio Show every Saturday morning on Real Radio 104.1.
Wow, I've got a whole 5 minutes before my next call. What should I do? Grab a snack? Nah. Text with Mom? That's more than a 5-minute proposition. I have been looking at getting a new bank account. Is that even possible?
Can't believe you have extra time? You won't believe what you can do with it. Open a Regions checking account online in as little as 5 minutes. Then enjoy award-winning service and banking tools and tech that help you live in the moment. Learn more at regions.com/live-in-the-moment. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
iHeartRadio's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas podcast is here, just in the St. Nick of time, and an immersive 3D audio featuring Elton John, Billy Idol, John Bon Jovi, and more.
'Twas the night before Christmas,
when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas is also a visual podcast. Watch on the iHeartRadio app and experience eye-popping illustrations that bring the story to life. Or just say, Alexa, play the Night Before Christmas podcast. Brought to you by MetaQuest 2.
iHeartRadio.
So when is the time to save thousands below retail on thousands of in-stock cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans? Well, right now at Off Lease Only. I know my wife and I just bought a car from Off Lease Only last month. It's a great time to buy. This is your chance to drive away in an incredible deal and save thousands under Kelley Blue Book on the largest selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, or vans. Other places have low inventory, but not at Off Lease Only. Nearly 4,000 of the nicest, nearly new 2017 through 2021 vehicles on the lot right now. So don't pay more. Choose from the freshest inventory that is arriving daily, plus your trade-in is wanted. So it's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Financing is available for all types of credit, and you can get pre-qualified on their website right now at offleaseonly.com. You can call them at 407-222-CARS or swing by their massive state-of-the-art location and take a test drive. It's just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
It's like riding with the window down.
Thank you.
Why would you do this? Why would you play this?
Well, there you go, Ron.
Whose song is this? Who played this? Don't ever play this again. I'm telling you, do not ever play this again. And turn it. You can turn it off now, actually, if you'd like. Yeah, let's be done with that completely. All right.
Oh, okay.
407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. What'd you tell him?
It makes me uncomfortable listening to that.
Yeah. It's like a torture.
But he thought it was like, oh, when that thing goes, oh, when that beat drops, oh, it's
I just
great.
think that's a really cool noise.
No, it's not. It's like when you open the back windows of your car, but not the front windows.
Yes.
That weird pressure.
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable
it's like
listening.
it's like that thing they use on people in Cuba.
Yeah.
It's what all of our delegates have been dealing with over there in Cuba. They're hitting them with that sonic gun. By the
Microwave.
way, 407-916-1041. We have 4 lines open for last call. A little quick something, make us laugh. Call back on the program. A little joke, who cares? Something to get out of here with. Again, that's 407-916-1041. 4 lines are open. Also, if you have yet to grab your Jim Colbert Show Spices and Rub Mix, we have steak, pork, and chicken, divine swine, ripping chicken, and steak shake. They're all delicious. Matter of fact, I mentioned it earlier. You get a bunch of orders. And by the way, the reason I'm saying this a number of times, I don't like to plug this stuff a whole bunch because I don't want it to take away from the program, but I do know this. If you order this week, because the only way I can guarantee, they tell you the 17th is the cutoff. If you want to get it for sure before Christmas, the 17th, all right? That's what I've been told. That's what I'm kind of going by. I will send it out after that. I just can't guarantee it'll get to your house. So if you do want to make an order for this and have it for Christmas for somebody, it's JimColbertLive.com. They're right there. They're very good, by the way. You know, somebody texted something earlier, and I completely understand this for the record. This happened last week. Why would I buy your rubs or spices when I know there's something better out there? Because the price is like $32 for 3 bottles, so people think it's $10 a bottle. It cost me $8 to send them to you. So you can figure out the price from there, okay? So $8 to send it to you. You can figure out the bottle price.
Right.
So these are really good products. These are products I've made in my kitchen for many, many years for my family. And the good thing is subjective, for the record, because I've got probably 50 bottles of rubs and spices at my house I've gotten over the years just from doing promotions and getting them. I probably use 5 of them. And I've gone through the others, and a lot of them are very gimmicky. This is not gimmicky stuff. These are just mixes of spices that I've used cooking my food in my house and for professionals across the state for about 15 years now.
I used the steak shake today on my lunch.
Yeah, I used steak shake this weekend on vegetables, and they were freaking delicious.
I put it on chicken.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was already cooked chicken. I was just like, he said there's like salt and pepper in there as well as other stuff. I threw it on there. I was like, that's good.
It is good. I mean, where I've been using salt and pepper, I just use that instead.
There's no rules.
The balance is great. Again, that's JimColbertLive.com. Make your orders now. By the way, if you want to pick it up in person, you can do that. Tools Ace Hardware has 11 locations, and you can find it right there as well. Matter of fact, I'm doing a restock tomorrow for about 4 or 5 of those stores, but it will be there for you for sure. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz and attorney Stephen Kramer.
Absolutely. Who do we have? What kind of a Twitter poll do we have there, buddy?
Should circumcision of male babies be banned? They're coming in. What percent, Jimmy?
74%.
74% what?
Yes.
Oh, 77%. No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Really?
Only 23% say it should be banned.
Damn,
wow.
really?
I'm surprised.
Ross, stand up.
You know what is going down tonight? There's a toy drive down in downtown Orlando at the Harry Buffalo.
Ken
Go
Miller.
support a good cause and go watch some of the best comedians that are in the state of Florida.
That's Ken's thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, very good. I went to it last year or the year before. It was great.
He's been doing it like a decade.
Yeah, he's been doing, and he does a good job.
Yeah.
And
I think Ryan Holmes is going tonight as well.
that's awesome.
I'm swinging by.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go. Party Mom, last call.
So why did the walrus go to the Tupperware party?
I don't know.
So he could find a tight seal. Smoke weed every day.
I should not laugh at that, Party Mom, but I'm gonna. Dr. Copperfield, last call.
Boy, I know this is going to be recorded, so I'm going to be caught in posterity. Jimmy, if you bake me oatmeal raisin, peanut butter, and some chocolate chip cookies, I will bring you a bottle of scotch.
Okay. I'll have those for you Wednesday. Paul, last call.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? You have not lived life until you had a 4-year-old in the back seat of the car with electric windows, and they roll them down and roll them up, and like they get that helicopter sound.
Oh, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. It's the worst ever. I'm so glad you said it in the back seat there. You haven't lived until you've had a 4-year-old. In the back seat doing the window thing.
Yeah, thank you. Whoa.
Thanks for adding that on. Beth, last call. Take us home.
Hey, I just want to tell Ross that he is my fucking puss, and he is the one that his brother Chase should be proud of.
Oh. Look at there, coming in
Hot take.
And what do you call Chase? What do you call my brother again, Beth?
The moose.
She wanted to call him.
I don't know why she calls him the moose, but it's fun.
Well,
yeah,
it's Canada. He was in Canada.
Canada. There you go. All right, let's get this.
Canada.
It's clever comedy.
All right, tomorrow, what'd you do that's new? Is that what it
Curb
is?
Your Enthusiasm on HBO, so don't leave this bad boy until you get here tomorrow. All
right.
And then realize you don't have HBO on your laptop.
Oh, that's what it is. I
Episode
forgot.
9 or something, right?
Yeah, no, it's against Michael J. Fox.
There
The
you go.
Michael
Thank
Fox.
you.
Larry versus Michael Fox.
It's on JimColbertLive.com, right?
Yep, it sure is. All right, on behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning after us. Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock right here for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Monday evening.
Goodbye.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality and lowest price.
Well, officials are still working to clear a serious crash that has shut down the southbound direction of Good Homes Road at the 408. You might want to use Hiawassee Road for an alternate through here. Also avoid Jongyum Parkway. Big delays from a crash at Colonial Drive. Authorities working to clear a crash east on I-4 at the Turnpike, taking up the left lane. The Beach Line and the Turnpike still up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
For the first time ever at Camping World Stadium and his first time in Orlando in over 5 years, Garth Brooks is coming to Florida for just one show. Saturday, March 26th, rain or shine at Camping World Stadium. Presented by Amazon Music. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com/Garth Brooks. Dangling the proverbial carrot since 1993. Whatever the hell that means. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a dentist. But instead of filling you in on ways to save on your policies, he'd probably be too busy filling in that loose crown.